Happy Tuesday. No introduction. No nothing. I still don't have one. And that's the way it's going to be for a while. Where's my numbers? There they are. Alright. How we doing? Are we excited that it's Tuesday and I hope nobody gets mad at me. Well, you know me. You'll get over it. But we're going to have some discussions that some might not be real happy to have. But it's got to be done. So, how are y'all doing? Marv's been home all day. I did something to my eyeball. Don't know what, but if you can see, it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a blood vessel broke or something. I think I scratched it too hard. But I gave up on trying to make you not notice it. Fuck it. You're gonna notice it. So anyways, I'm not supposed to cuss, especially in the beginning of the video, and I've already started. Oh, let me look. I think you're right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. There, is that better? Thank you very much, Baker. If you'd have just come in, you could have sound checked me before I actually got up here. I have no idea why the top of my forehead looks like, I don't know. Hopefully it's just on the screen and not showing to you guys that I got some kind of weird thing strapped across here. Much better? Okay. Yay. Thank you, Baker. Thank you, Flatty. Flatty won the boobies. I think she goes and gives them away after the show every day. I think that's what she does. Because we know she ain't keeping them. Someone from I've seen the devastation immigrant caused. We'll definitely, but let's not forget, I was going to wait for, I'll explain that part in a minute, but I am a little concerned about the whole thing with the SNAP. I know I'm going to make a lot of jokes here and there, but there are things I am concerned about regarding SNAP and what it means for some that it was truly put in place for. Those are the ones that I actually do worry about, the ones that cannot go get food, that, scrape to the bare minimum just to get through the month. So, those are the ones I really worry about. But there's a lot of them out there, I think, that do abuse it, which is why we have so many on assistance. But, yeah, I'm definitely concerned. I know that one of the triggers to make an entire society go crazy is hunger. So if we do get to the point where we've got people who are literally hungry, that's not going to be good, because that means they're extremely desperate, and remember what desperate people do. So that kind of worries me. Sun Honey, how are you, ma'am? And Jimmy Boyles, what's up? Jimmy, how come you do not have a wrench? Mishka, how are you, sweetheart? Let me go find my page. Jimmy needs a wrench. He might need it to throw at somebody at some point. Oh, Lord. Where'd it go? How's Jimmy supposed to network if he doesn't have a wrench? There you go, Jimmy. Now you can go check everybody else's channels out. So Where was I? Sun Honey, Mishka, Mr. Mark Harris, how are ya? Mr. Baker. Did I miss anybody else? Wanda, how are you, ma'am? And Miss Ann, how are ya? I promise not to do the I see Tommy, I see Joey. Sometime I might, though. Oh, Lord. Hopefully you guys don't hear Marvin yelling at whatever. Who knows what he's yelling at? And take Gigi. You know what? Did you just post that? Why are you talking in here? Any of you? Y'all should be up here talking to me, not in there. So, what do I know? I don't know a lot. Let's watch some funny videos. First, let's watch this one because we need to say, oh, poor Marv. This one's funnier than shit. I seen it today. Oh my God, I died laughing. Oh no, wrong one. Urge. Okay, listen to this. It's gonna be really loud. Okay.
And she's a country music fan. She loves dicks, cups filled up with beer. And she's a country music fan. She loves dicks, cups filled up with beer. And she's a country music fan.
What? Nobody thinks it's as funny as I do? That's fucking hilarious. I thought it was priceless. It's so me. She's a country music fan. What's up, Ike? How come I don't see you in here, but I see somebody saying, hey? Oh, there you are. How you doing? Oh, I thought it was so funny. Flatty laughed. I knew she would.
Cups filled up with beer. And she's a country music fan.
I swear I need to make that one of my clips. I like how he puts his hand over her mouth. I'd bite Marvin's if he did that to me, by the way. We're StreamYard. I lost him. Okay. Had you seen it before, Mark? I'd never seen it. I freaking loved it. It is me to a T, isn't it, Anne? I knew it. Oh, yeah. So then, let's talk about Snap. So, like I said, I know for a lot of people, Snap is something that is actually something that it's the only way they are able to eat. And I don't want to judge anybody on that at all. I do know, though, that there are lots that abuse it. I also know that they gave a lot out. And I know it was in a different type. It wasn't necessarily Snap, but it was still government money being handed out to a bunch of illegals that, took food out of our mouths for the people that couldn't provide for themselves. So I have a really hard time with this whole process, and I don't want to see anybody go hungry ever. I mean, my mama taught me that if you see somebody that's hungry and needs a food, you feed them. You give a shit what they are or what the problem is. So I'm a big one for that. Hey, Andy. But I also believe that there's a certain sense that you do have to provide for yourself. There are things that you can do to provide for yourself. And right now, I know it's to no fault of theirs that they're going through this, but there are things that they could do to make sure their families can eat. One of the things, even, when you don't have a whole lot of money, one of the things that you should be doing, and this is why I get really annoyed with people that are like, we got our taxes back and we're going to go blow every dime. And then the next month they're like, fuck, we can't make our house payment. We can't make our car payment. Boom, you fucking went out on vacation last month and you had all your taxes. What the hell are you doing? So, not to judge, but don't whine to me when you didn't pay your bills and, now you don't have a place to stay. But you made sure to go on vacation last month and spent as much in a vacation as you would have on your house payment. So, in saying that, even with SNAP, I just heard one woman say, well, I get $700 and blah, blah, blah dollars in SNAP and it costs me $600 a month to feed my family. Okay. Well, the 700 or the 100 and some dollars, you should have stashed away, or you should have bought food that could have said, I don't know, but I mean, do you really take everything? Do you eat everything out of your cupboards before you go to the grocery store again? I don't know of anybody that does that. So, I mean, if they are doing that, hey, hail to them. They never have anything that's out of date, but I just don't think that's how it goes. So, let's get on with some funnies because I don't want to stress out too much. This world's too stressed out as it is. We don't need stress. But I got to play this because these are funny as hell and we better see some humor in it. Okay, I'm probably going to get copyrighted, but I don't care.
They trying to kill us. They trying to starve us to death. I just got some bad news, y'all. The U.S. just voted against food as a human right in 2025. Not 1825, not 1925, in 2025, okay? They out here preaching freedom and democracy while telling the world that basic survival is optional. What the fuck is really going on? Nah, that's not right. And you can't call yourself the land of the free if you out here denying people food. Where they do that at? Like, y'all have money for bombs and billionaires and fucking bailouts, but not for basic dignity? I'm not understanding.
It's official. All SNAP benefits and all food stamps will be cut off as of November 1st. So stop right now, save and share this video with everybody. And if you don't believe me, 5 hours ago, USA Today literally posted, SNAP benefits won't go out November 1st. The well has run dry. Now, as an individual that makes tens of thousands of dollars per month from my online business, I still use food stamps. I buy food stamps because in Black America, if a mom of 5 has 5 children and she got all these fucking food stamps every single month, well, she may not use all those food stamps, so I could come buy $200 or $300 worth of food stamps for half price. Now, what does this
So
mean
she
for
can take
everybody
the
else
300
that
bucks
does
and
not
go
make
buy her
$3,000
drugs?
every single month?
You food stamp hating assholes is really starting to make my hemorrhoids itch. How you gonna be mad at somebody for being on food stamps and getting a couple snacks? You don't know their grocery schedule. Sometimes I will go and
I
get
know
all the
yours,
stuff
honey.
to my house, my canned goods, my vegetables, my milk, my cereal, all that sort of stuff, and then I'll get to the house
There's
and
no
realize
beep.
I ain't got none of the snacks that I wanted. And I'll take my big busted can of biscuit ass up there and get me a pack of Oreos, some ice cream. Everything I get is basically sugar free, but I get all that stuff and I come back home. You gonna be looking at my cart like, damn, she got sodas and chips and all kinds of stuff in there. Show the fuck, dude. I was on food stamps when I was younger. I'm not judging them. You know why? Because I know how to mind my own motherfucking business. Y'all not worried about how the Congress is still getting paid, even though the government shut down. Y'all not worried about all the research studies that they do on fucking erections
Hey, Multi.
and old people
Hey,
and
W.
like and mice and shit. You not worried about where your tax dollars going to that. How you gonna be mad that Miss Becky and her construction husband and her convenience store job with their 6 kids is they over there doing their very best, but they need a little bit of assistance?
Hey,
How you
Seagull.
gonna be mad at them for having Medicaid and food stamps? And you get upset when you see them walking in with that pack of Oreos. Bitch, you dusty. And you need to go worry about yourself. And maybe you need to go read that book that you claim to know so well and learn about the kindness and shit. Dusty asshole.
You worried about some food stamps
What
when you
is that?
should be worried about a job. Y'all can pull up on everybody besides pulling up on a job. You've been living for free for
It
a
ain't
long
wrong.
damn time. It's time to get out here and be a big girl and take care of your responsibility without the help of the government and free assistance.
That person
Don't
ain't
act
wrong.
like you did not know this day was soon to come, because it was. If you paid attention to your ancestors and your grandmother back in the days, you should know how to survive. All this panicking and telling them I gotta go take out of a store and go run the grocery cart out the store. Trust and believe me, baby, the prison doors are still open. They still arresting you dummies. And you go to jail, you're going to for sure lose your Section 8 when the government do cut back on. Don't be stupid, be smart. You're just going to have to go back to your old roots. You're going to have to go back to peanut butter and jelly.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yo, Beer, what's up? No, I did not. I didn't, Multi, but I'd sure love to have seen that one. That would have been funny as shit. Hot air versus politics? Well, kind of. Here's the deal is, I know I put my thumbnail as politics and this and that and da-da-da. But I also think we need some laughs because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can only put up with so much protesting and chants and shit for so long. And I can also only put up with, I mean, I can only bitch so long about certain things, but I do kind of have fun watching people bitch about something that if they spent the time, as much time as they did bitching, going out and looking for a job shit, they'd already made money by the time they got done bitching. Okay, let's go back. I didn't realize this was 27 minutes long. I didn't watch the whole thing. Oh Lord. Let's move on from. Okay, we'll watch a couple more seconds of her, and then we'll move on to the other dude.
Free food center and get that big block of cheese. It's really, really good because I ate it. Ask them, do they got the pork in the can and the chicken in the can and the beef in the can? You got to do what you got to do because you got to feed your kids, because that's your excuse, remember?
Remember?
You got to start using that dry milk that they give you. You know that box of dry milk?
She talking about commodities.
And go get you some damn cornflakes, because you got to feed the baby, because that's your excuse, as I need my food stamps to feed my kids, so I'm telling you how to feed your kids. Go back and get you some rice and some chicken. Perfectly dark chickens. You know, the leg and the thigh. Put you some chicken in the water. Let it cook real good. Throw you some rice in there. Let it cook and get you some chicken and some rice. You could also put it with you some cream of chicken if you want to in there to give it flavor.
She had to edit.
And put you some cornbread on there, some hot water cornbread. All you need is some cornmeal, and you mix it on up. Make some little patties.
Mix it on up.
Put it on the stove if you want to. However, make you some cornbread with it. Hey, you got a meal for the baby. You don't need pop. You don't need candy. You don't need 5 and 6 boxes of cereal on your refrigerator, because you did that because you were getting free food stamps. $3,000 worth of food stamps, meaning you have zero income. Okay, that means you're claiming no income. You're telling your caseworker, I don't have any income at all, because you had any income, she will budget that out, and you have to pay some type of rent She will budget that out where you wouldn't be getting no 2,000 and 3,000. So you scamming the system anyway to get 3,000 and 4,000 because there's no reason how they should give you 3,000 and 4,000.
Well, she's wrong on how that works, but
kids. You got
we'll let her go because it's funny.
20 kids to be getting that much food stamps. So let's just be real. You getting over. So now you have to find out how to maneuver like a big girl. And you have to learn how to be able to piece this out and get this together yourself because there's no help coming for you, okay? There's no use of crying. There's no use of panicking. You have to stay calm if you're a real mother because you have to feed your child, remember? So you have to go back to your old roots. Get them sugar sandwiches out.
Sandwiches.
Sugar sandwiches. Get the mayonnaise sandwiches out. I used to eat the mayonnaise.
Ketchup sandwiches.
Boy, that was finger licking good. And hey, don't forget your noodles now. You know them noodles was cheap as hell. Noodles ain't nothing like 35 cents a pack. Go stack up on you some noodles because you don't want to run out on them noodles. Go get you some rice. Don't want to run on rice. Go get you some potatoes. You don't want to run on potato, but you actually don't need no meat every day. Okay?
Well, I do.
Pretty sure your ass can lose a couple pounds. Pretty sure your ass already look
Well, I
like
probably could,
food.
but I don't want to give up on meat.
So you yourself now do not really need to eat like that anyway. You don't need meat every day. So just use this damn time that the government's down and just call it a fast.
Like Beer said,
Don't
go hunting.
Just call it fast. Quit eating meat right now any fucking way, okay? They might be saving your fucking life. Eat you some potatoes, some asparagus, and grab you some fruit. Go on a watermelon diet. It's time to get back in touch with yourself another type of way or something. You know what I'm saying? But
Go whip eyelash lady.
Back to the cornflakes it is, folks. See, you gotta go get you some hot dogs and pork and beans because we're going back to that type
I don't know what
of
the hell
shit
she did to her hair either.
Get your ass some hot dogs, get your ass some pork and beans.
It's funny as shit, though.
Don't say my kids don't eat that shit because you ain't been giving that shit. Because when you get $3,000 food stamps, you know damn well you ain't get your kids no pork and beans and hot dogs. So quit making up excuses. And I want you to feed them babies. And as far as yourself, you ain't really got to eat like that because you already look full. I'm pretty sure you big as fuck anyway. So you probably already look full. But, hey, you just tried to live a free life. You didn't want to fix your credit card. You refused to go get a job and work and get some taxes taken out your check.
Jesus, tell me stop calling.
So my best bet to you is to go get a job. Go get a fucking job. You shouldn't be living in the projects anyway. The projects have it's just crazy. You know, like at some point in time, you should want better out your life when you been in that type of environment all your motherfucking life. You want to just dig yourself out of there one damn day. How the fuck you born?
She got sparkles on them lashes.
And then you have kids and you raise them in the projects and you still in the goddamn project. The project and been towed down or rebuilt and everything, and you're still in the projects. Like, because you only got to pay, what, $30 a month? That's crazy work. So, if that's the way you want to live, that's on you. But don't come crying to us. Because we out here working hard for what we want. We out here trying to buy our 5 acres and a mule. Okay? We trying to get what God want us to get. We ain't trying to worry about that bullshit and those food stamps and all that dumb shit. Because that's not going to have to. We got to pray. God over everything. What happened to that? Is you praying? God over everything. So we going to have to just sit down, buckle down, relax, and pray, and let God do what he have to do for us, and just ride it out peacefully, and just watch how it all play out. Because if God was on your side, and God came and whispered in your ear, I'm pretty, the first thing he would tell you is, go get a job.
What the hell's on her neck?
Today, you should be thinking about a job.
What the fuck's on her neck?
G-O-B, bitch.
I can't.
And if you ain't got that message, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yo, what's good, TikTok? Your boy, the 504 checking y'all. Louisiana, y'all good, bro. Governor Landry just threw y'all a lifeline, bro. Y'all can get y'all food stamps November. So Everybody in Louisiana gonna have a nice Thanksgiving. If you're not in Louisiana, boy, your Thanksgiving gonna be short. Boy, y'all gonna have motherfucking chicken motherfucking nuggets and shit, you hear me? And oatmeal fucking sandwiches, bitch. It's gonna be hard for you motherfuckers, boy.
Oatmeal
I am so
sandwiches.
sorry, bro, but you know, Louisiana governor signed the executive order, bro, saying, you know what? If you old, if you disabled, and if you have kids, you can get your stamps in November. All you motherfuckers that don't have no kids, that's out here, you know what I'm saying, on your little Section 8 voucher, you know what I'm saying, you single with no kids, no nothing, you ain't got no job, you get them food stamps, not this month. Nope. No stamp November still apply to you motherfuckers. Because y'all shouldn't be getting no fucking food stamps anyway. You're an able-bodied motherfucker. You ain't got no fucking kids, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason you should be on food stamps. There's no reason you should be on Section 8. There's no reason you should be on nothing at all. Like real shit. So take them motherfucking stamps. Get everybody else their stamps. I need some of y'all stamps here.
You know what our biggest problem as a society? People not minding their own goddamn business. Especially this whole food stamp situation. Mind your fucking business. Who gives a shit if somebody's on food stamps? They got something that our tax dollars paid for that reason to help others. But you're trying to fight with the wrong people who've been spending your tax money on other things other than the people here. So you're looking at the wrong people. It's the rich.
I think he just confused
and your
himself.
government. You're fighting with poor people. You know what? In the blue hell are you thinking? Like
This
do you
guy,
have
right?
common sense?
This fucking guy.
That's where it comes down to. Do you have common sense? If not, you have zero critical thinking skills in this world, because it's not the poor people. Because in this time right now, we're all fucking broke at this point. Like, you're so worried about the government controlling everything when they're trying to control everything right now. It wouldn't surprise me to use this food stamp situation as a way to, you got to have digital ID to get it now. What do you think this government shutdown's all about? It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or Democrat. They're doing it on purpose, so when the digital ID stuff comes for next year, you either have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you can't get food stamps. You can't get anything that you need for yourself, for your children, whatever. So when they're going to put you in fear basis, because, you know, in our society, you know, we don't help each other out because we believe in a hierarchy so much that fuck people, right? That's what most of you think. Fuck people. They need to work hard. They need to do this. They're entitled. Or the stupid fucking things you say because you're fucking slow. And you're miserable as fuck because you're working hard. Because you're miserable. You want others to work hard as well because you're fucking miserable. Because you choose that lifestyle. Your life is your life for a reason because you choose that path. So how are you going to blame others for your stupid ass path that you choose? A lot of you are claiming that you have so much money as well. But if you have so much money, why
I bet
does it
this guy's
bother
on
you
food
what others are
stamps.
doing? It makes no sense to me. Why does it matter? Like, what? Mind your own fucking business. Like a bunch of fucking dogs sniffing for food when somebody's trying to eat. That's one of the reasons why the government always wins as well, because you got people out here who don't know how to mind their own fucking business. So they're going to be little tattletales and snitches and whatever the fuck they're doing, because you're a bunch of assholes and sheeps and NPCs who are going to tell the teacher what the other person's doing. Some of you might need a hobby.
He
then.
muted himself.
You might need a hobby.
There's no calming down. Okay? There's no calming down to be
Uh-oh,
had.
here we
There's
go.
no calming me down.
Uh-oh.
And the next person that suggests that I calm down, I'm probably going to hit with a car. Okay?
Oh.
Listen, I work with poor people. Okay? I work with some of the poorest people in Kentucky. I have children that live in homes that don't have windows. They don't have plumbing. They don't have electricity.
Uh-oh.
They don't have any way to... I work with very poor people. Okay? I'm so upset. I'm
What's
shaking. I'm
up,
so upset
LW?
that I am shaking.
Did I show up to the right rally, or is this the
You did.
Which rally are we at today?
We're at the Just Fuck With Everybody rally. Nobody's free. I'm getting them all.
Wrong rally. I thought I was at the Antifa rally. This is I hate poor people rally.
It is.
I'll see y'all later. Never show up to the right rally.
Hey, no, it's not about the poor people. They tried to get it fixed to where they actually was able to get WIC funded, but they couldn't seem to get SNAP. There was some kind of law with WIC that they could kind of finagle it and make it to where they could get the WIC covered, but there was some law they couldn't get covered regarding the SNAP, so they didn't get their SNAP.
Snap. Who did? Recently?
Well, they're not going to get their SNAP come November because they couldn't change something. There wasn't. So with WIC, there was something in the laws from 1902 that made it to where they could use that law to still give money for the WIC program. But they tried to find the same type of loophole for the SNAP program, but they couldn't seem to find one. And so instead they just said, okay, well, Democrats, buck up. Get your asses back in there and vote. Hurry up. Chop, chop. What the fuck's a holdup?
Why can't the Republicans just open it back up?
Well, it is, but you have to have 60 votes. You've only got, 53 Republicans. So you have to have the other 6.
But they control it. They can do the nuclear option just like they did with when they pushed through Trump's appointees. They didn't have the votes then, so they did the nuclear option and it went through.
Well, I think because they're wanting them to fucking push on. They want them to get in there and do it. How many times
I just think both sides love this government shutdown because they're both trying to blame it on each other and see if it sticks for the midterms.
You're probably right. They both get the money, and a lot of other people aren't getting the stuff they need. On the other hand, we're saving some money too. Just going to point that out. We are saving money.
When it comes to like per person, like taxes and stuff like that, like per $100,000 was just an example I saw today, and I looked at the statistics and stuff. If somebody per 100,000, if you make $100,000 a year, your taxes probably $450 goes to food stamps. Now, if you go to like the military, all this other spending, it's like the lowest thing that your tax money goes to is to food stamps out of all these other giant fucking things. So this argument of like, my tax dollar, like, it's like the least thing you should worry about your tax dollars going to.
I don't know.
It's the lowest amount. It's the lowest amount.
Well, I know, but when you're talking in a big chunk of change like that, it's not a low amount. So, I mean, $450 a year is still $450 a year that each one of us have to fork out. Again, remember how many of us are forking out. And again, let's not forget that some of those are people that should have never been on SNAP to begin with. But because they've finagled, I mean, Jesus, when Biden was in office, there was all kinds of things that was manipulated to where basically everybody could go get on SNAP. And now I know they've changed some things about it, but it's still kind of that same way. There's I can't remember, I have a family member who works in SNAP. She's kind of pissed off at me right now. So, but she works with the welfare department, and she was the one that pointed out that they were just kind of under the gun, like under the door. They were like changing things throughout that last 4 years that, things were one way and then all of a sudden they kind of changed. And it was like, well, wait a minute. No, I thought this was the threshold. And no, the threshold, see, there's this other part. And so they would pull in new paperwork and shit. And so it was kind of funky. I mean, I think for everybody that was working in the State Department then with, in regards to food stamps or SNAP, to try to figure that whole process out during that time. Oh, wait. I almost closed out a StreamYard trying to find my shit.
Well, I know it did get changed a lot in 2020 and 2021 because of COVID. Where they forced parts of the country
Yes.
to not work.
Mm-hmm.
Small businesses, 20% of small businesses lost their business and never got it back. So there was an increase in people who needed help.
Mm-hmm.
Those businesses have never come back, by the way. Those people, like when Biden did his job numbers and stuff, all those people who own small businesses, restaurants, whatever it may be, they lost their business and never got it back. I know a few people who that happened to, who own trucking companies or freight companies.
Right. But I will almost guarantee you that every one of those people, none of them went on Snap.
Well, some of them. How do you know that? That's just your opinion.
Because here's the deal.
Well, can I finish my point first? Can I just
well,
finish
you
my
said,
point?
how do I know that? Let me answer that.
Well, let me finish my first point. But so when Joe Biden did like all his like, oh my God, look at these record numbers of jobs. Most of those people, and then when you looked deeper into the statistics, those were people. Those new jobs were second jobs. They were second jobs for people to survive. They weren't like one person, like all these single people getting a new job. It was people who already had a job getting a second job to pay the bills.
Right. Because that's how it works in America. Some of them do nothing, and then the rest of them have to work double time to make up for the ones that are doing nothing. That's exactly what I was going to say was people that have their own businesses, they're workaholic type of people. They work their ass off so that they don't have to work for somebody else. So when they lost that business, they more than likely started another business down the road, maybe not right then, but down the road, they started another business. And meanwhile, they went to work for somebody else. Most people like that would never go, oh, well, fuck it, I'm just going to go get on welfare. They're just not those type of people. They don't sit like that. They just don't. I mean, there's no way that either me or Marvin, I would go sell my ass before I would go on welfare. And that's not
stupid. I don't want you to catch crabs.
Now, in saying that,
you don't
it's
want
it's not that I'm saying that you can't, that when you need it, you shouldn't go get it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I have a completely different frame of mind.
Yeah, it's a frame of mind. Yeah, it's an opinion of a frame of mind that you have.
But I think that I would change. I think that's I think that's the whole problem, though, is some people will just go, well, fuck it, I'll rework the system and I can make this work for me. I mean, I know somebody specifically in my family who can work the system like nobody's business, and she goes to sleep every night, sleeping quite well, never thinking that she's screwing anybody over. And I'm just looking at her going, are you fucking serious? You work a full-time job, you make good money, you drive a nice car, you have a nice house, and you got WIC? Who does that?
Well, I'm just trying to establish what your theory is. Do you think most people on food stamps are scamming the system?
Yes.
The majority?
Yeah, I do. I think at least half of the people don't need them. That they could actually go and work for themselves. That in some capacity. Even ones that have kids at home. When your kids are off at school, there's no reason that you can't have a job. And you should have a job. If you, I don't care if you have 12 kids, if every one of those kids are at school for that time, why in the hell would you not be working?
What do you think the average SNAP benefit per month is? Like what it averages out to?
It's $290 something per person. They start out at $1, but as you go, like if you have a
No. I'm not talking about what the like if it's one person this. I'm talking about the average of what actually gets paid out, like the money that gets paid out, and they average it all out. It comes to $259 a month.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay. So do you think that somebody that's on welfare should be eating steak and shrimp, or should they be budgeting themselves out? Because let's remember that if you were to take that amount of money and there's lots of things that you can eat on for a whole month and I know 293 or 250 some dollars ain't a lot. I just looked it up and it was 200, it was over 250. So I don't know how the average comes to 250 when it
That's
says,
just
I think it was.
It doesn't matter what the payout, what you can apply for, get. The number I came up with is what they actually pay out. It averages out to everybody on it. They take everybody who's getting paid SNAP, and they take the average of the amount based on the people, and that amount averages out to 259.
Right, but you're not understanding. See, that's not how it works, though. So it doesn't
it's
work.
Just math. That's just math.
Yes, but you're saying that each person is getting $250. That's not how it works at all.
I didn't say every person. I said that's what it averages out to be.
Right, but that's not the reality. So you can average and throw numbers around, but the fucking reality isn't that it's 250. So, I mean, you can do averages and you can put it on a piece of paper.
Averages. That's usually how businesses and corporations run.
Well, we're not talking about that.
Statistics. Yeah, we do. We're talking about SNAP benefits from the government.
Right. And each person, that's not how they do that, though. They don't
you
get 200.
No. Yes, there might be a household that gets $800, but then there's another household that gets $300, and another household that gets $900, and another household that gets $250.
Right,
but
because it also depends on how much money is coming into the household.
Right, and that's very low. Like the bar to get food stamps is very, very low. It's not like, or it's very. It's not like somebody who gets paid $5,000 a month at their job gets food stamps. It's very low. It's like $2,100 a month or something like that.
$2,100 a month is what somebody's making, and then they get food stamps. Is that what you just said?
Well, the bar to like, if you make less than this, you get food stamps.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that was the bar for it, but I mean, I would have thought it would have had to have been a lot lower at $2,100 a month. I mean,
right. In today's, inflation and the cost of things, that's very, very low. We've talked about it on this show how many times about how expensive rent is. Okay, the average rent in America is $2,000. So that's just rent. That's not electric bill. It's not gas money.
What was welfare set out for? Was it something that they were supposed to have a career with? Are they supposed to be on it until their kids are 18?
No, I don't agree that that's what it should be used for.
Right, but that is what's going on, and that's why we pay such an absorbent amount. So when you say, well, it's only $450 a year you're paying. Yes, but these people aren't going out and getting jobs, or half of them aren't.
No, I didn't say, that's not what I said. I didn't say it's only $450 a year per $100,000, so you shouldn't give a shit about it. I'm saying the other tax money you pay $1,000 a year per year for, or $800 a year for, or $1,300 a year for all this other bullshit that we do. My point was that the food stamps is such a small percentage of all the other bullshit we pay our tax money for.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's like saying, well, there's two rights. So, it doesn't matter. It's still not okay to keep doing this. Here's my point to the whole thing, though, is when these people set out, I've heard several of them go, well, I get this amount and I'll have some left over at the end of the month. Well, if you are somebody that already has to budget that close, then I would think you would be somebody that would go, okay, this month with that extra money, I'm going to buy beans and da-da-da and this and that and whatever I can to make up for it. In case something goes on, I have that little bit of extra stockpile to get me through. These people are freaking out. It ain't even November yet, and they're freaking out going, my fucking food stamps, oh my God, how am I going to get through it? I ain't getting my SNAP. So th're already freaking out when it ain't even there. So what worries me is this is what we have done for centuries, is just continue to pay to these people instead of ever making them try to come out from underneath it. And I think that, maybe this is kind of the start of that, where they pull that back and go, okay, now y'all can come back in, and we need to decipher whether you really need food stamps or not. And I know that would suck for people that, like a little old lady that's 80, obviously she needs them. She's not going to go to work tomorrow. So there's no way she's going to come up with extra money. But I also think that this might be, one of those things that's kind of a change in the whole way things might be working for our government. Wouldn't that be cool if it changed things up a little bit?
And to you, nothing in this giant country of ours, we have 50 different states, 50 different governments, different economies in each state. There's a different economy in Louisiana than there is in Idaho. There's a different economy in South Carolina as there is into Arizona. There's different populations in each state. Some are small states, some are ginormous states that are bigger than other countries, big countries. The local economies and industries that move out of the country or get whatever the situation, none of that matters locally. You just cast this thing on the whole country, that there's just this plethora of jobs out there that everybody they're out there, and just everybody refuses to get them.
No, not at all. That's
and
not
that
at all.
The economy, the price of things, the price of rent, things in Portland, Oregon are the same exact in Dallas, Texas. The middle of nowhere, Mississippi is
no, I'm
just
pretty
like
sure
Los
our
Angeles.
shit's way more expensive than in Dallas. Let me just say that. But I mean, no, that's not at all what I think.
Well, it's a kind of a blanket statement that all these motherfuckers should get off this and just go get a better job.
Well, that's not.
And there's
at
no
all what
other
I
new.
said.
There's
That's not at all what I said. I never fucking said that. You're putting words in my mouth, bitch. I never said that.
Anybody in the chat help me out here? Did she not?
Fuck
basically
off!
say-
I did not say that.
You should just, pull your bootstraps up, basically.
Well, I hate to tell you, but why is it that nobody? So people that are on Snap shouldn't have to ever pull their bootstraps up and fucking deal with what may be slammed at them. We all deal with bad shit that goes on, and we just deal with it. And you know what? Most of us don't go running to the government going, "Fuck, could you give me $1? I need a bag of fucking bread." We figure out how to do it. We go, let's see. I've got flour. I got eggs. Okay, I got yeast. I guess I'm making my bread this week. So, no, I don't think that. I think this might, like I'm saying, I think this might be a little change.
It's not a change.
What
The
did
only
you
reason
miss?
the only reason this is an argument is because it got shut down because of the government. This is the only
Right.
reason it's government. And social media influencers like Steven Crowder, all these Tim Pools, they started this whole conversation. The conversation didn't exist. This is all everybody who gets their walking papers from the Trump. They've said it. They've said, well, we just asked the White House. We just talked to the White House. That's our news. That's what we give you. All of this is not even organic. This is just shit stirring for no reason. 3 weeks ago, nobody was fucking stressing about, oh my God, we're paying all these SNAP benefits to people for groceries. It's just out of the blue created for people to argue. That's exactly what they want to do.
I'm not even
They want-
arguing.
they
I'm
want
laughing, dude. I don't know how else to put it. I put up videos that have done nothing but laugh about shit. Not to laugh at them. Okay, well, kind of to laugh at them because of the way when, people that are 500 pounds whining about fucking food. It is kind of ha-ha.
People, I love that. Somebody clip that up. People whining about fucking food.
At
These
500 pounds, they're 500 pounds.
Yeah, because all the shitty food costs cheap. All the good food is expensive as fuck.
No, it's
And
because
not everybody,
she
and
didn't
not
feed her
everybody
kids.
Not everybody can build a fucking garden in a city.
If you look, it's the fat mammies that their kids are really skinny. Do you know why?
This is why this is what I was saying. This is why it's an internet thing blown up out of proportion that isn't real life. You just showed a bunch of 300-pound black women, right? Most people on food stamps are white.
Is it?
Yes. Well, the highest percentage of a race is 37%. It's white people.
I thought I just seen one that showed. Let me see. What's this say?
So everybody wants to. Yeah.
Let's look at this.
Now, if you take black people and Hispanic people and Asian people and other people and put them together, yes, that's more than white people. But per race,
come on, we're gonna look at it. What you said? What'd you say?
Okay,
keep your number up there.
37%.
Yeah, keep your number up there. Can you read them numbers? Can you see them numbers?
There's that many. What does that mean? There's that many races? What is that? What's a blue one?
The percentage of U.S. households receiving SNAP benefits. 45.6% are Afghan. 42.4% are Somalian. 34.8% are Iraq. 34.4% are Dominican.
You've already run out of percentages for the rest of them.
Right.
30. Okay, now add all
How
those
did they do
together. What are you talking about? That comes to about what? 5,000%? What are you talking about?
Well, let's look at it. Let's make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about. 8.6% is white of the.
Did you grab that off?
I grabbed it off of your Ever11. Oh my God, it's got to be right because it came on X.
No, I don't think everything on X is true. Some of people just.
Well, good, because it's obviously not.
But people actually link actual links to studies, and I don't just Joe Bob from Arkansas, who's really from Pakistan, post something. I don't automatically think he's telling the truth.
See how many typing errors I got here?
So this is well over 100%. 57%, 37% is this race, 66% is this race, 27% is this race. We're running out of percentages here. We're running
right.
out of numbers.
Yeah, let's see here.
I mean,
let's see here. Now I want to know why that said it like this. Let me go back and look at it. I want to know why it said it like this. Let me look.
Percentage of recipients. I just typed it right now. White 35%. Sorry, 35.4. Black African American 25%. Hispanic 15%. Asian 3%. Native American 1%. Multiracial 1%. And unknown 17%.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out that chart, why it said it like that. Now I want to know.
Because it's probably just some guy named. Where'd you get that off?
Off of your beloved ex.
It's not my beloved ex.
It is your beloved ex.
No, I know how to vet people to know if they're full of shit or not. Regardless.
Well, now I'm really curious. I want to know where that freaking chart came from. Well, anyways,
I think we.
I don't want to fight about any of it. Let me just tell you this much: I want to laugh, and I don't care if anybody likes it or not. They can suck my ass if they don't, because I like to laugh about it. Because here's why: I think you're right. I think it's another way to distract us from all the shit. I think that's their way of getting us to think about something else. Regardless, there's still an issue with people whining about fucking Snap.
Can you highlight Baker's comment?
What do you say? Where'd he go? AI won't let me break out. Right, this son of a bitch. It won't either.
Well, I'll let you go. I didn't want to come up here. I don't want to argue either, but I'll let you go back to hating poor people. I'll jump off. I don't mean to get y'all.
Listen to what Fool said. Pretty sure that chart was saying how many people of said ethnics are on Snap. That's what it was saying. So that's what it is. Thank you. See, I knew somebody would know more than I would. What it's saying is let me go back so I can get it right.
Right, which are broken down into Asian and
exactly.
They don't group it like individually, but people who are who are white are the highest percentage.
Oh, on here it says they're 8.6.
That's just a percentage of the people. Like Indians, for example. Okay. How many does this say Indians are in America? Or what does India come on that chart?
Just a minute, I have to look. It's really, really tiny. Well, it doesn't say Indian. It's got, you got to be more specific, eh? Oh,
People
wait,
from
no,
India.
Indian 4.4. It's clear at the bottom. 4.4%.
Okay. So in the entire country of America, there's only 5 million people from India. There's only 5 million out of 350. So it's just 4% of that 5 million. It's a really low number.
Okay. So in other words, the 45.6% of Afghans that are in the country are on food stamps.
I feel like that's shocking too. There's only 5 million people from India in America, because now I feel like they all live here. But I'll be right back.
Well, I confused us all, but thank you, fools. I feel like you at least clarified some stuff there, means I screwed it all up. I really didn't want to get technical tonight. I can't make it bigger. I tried, Ma. I don't have my little pad that will pull it up, Yank? What did Yank say? Don't make me come up here and start kicking ass. I've been digging into shit for months. Nobody but will be happy. I dare you to come up here. Go ahead. I will drop the link in a flat ass heartbeat. Everybody would love to hear from you, Yank. LW is surrounded by Indians. I can't make it bigger, holy. Speaking of which, how are you, darling? Blaze and Blaze, how are you? Did I miss anybody else? Fools popped in. I got so busy and distracted arguing, and I still don't have another screen, so I'm working with one, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, so let's listen to some more of this shit. Let's take this one down and let's listen to one of these other ones. Nope, not that one. Here, she's whining. She's mad because she has to pay him back. She went and got a job. Now she's mad because she got to pay it back. Okay, let's listen.
Fuck. They also don't give any options for like payment plans on here, or they didn't tell me why. They were just like, oh, just pay this balance or it's gonna get taken out of your next year's tax return. Bitch, the fuck? And the letter came from the collection agency, the government collection agency of food stamps. Like, they have their own collection agency. Also, how evil do you have to be to work that job? Like, I just want to know. Like,
Look
most
at
people
them
who have
claws.
food stamps are not like well off enough to even be paying to.
How does she wipe her ass?
$1,000 in their bank account. I know, I sure as hell don't. Like, since when did food stamps become a loaning service? Since when do I have to pay this shit back?
We know
Like,
how she picks her
I'm
nose.
thinking about it, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that I've gotten that much in food stamps. Sorry, my ring light died. They're making me pay back like the whole thing with almost no
Her
explanation.
ring light
And,
died.
like, they were supposed to apparently send me a letter because I looked at this up on Reddit to see if it had happened to anyone else. They were supposed to send me a letter about a hearing and all this stuff where I could appeal this. I didn't get any of that shit. I didn't get any of that in the mail, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. And before anyone wants to say shit, no, I did not falsify anything on my food stamps applications. I gave all my information to them. Obviously, I didn't, once I was done with my food stamps and couldn't qualify for them anymore, obviously I wasn't telling them about like the jobs I was working then, but because I was done with the program. But like while I was on food stamps, I reported all my income. I did everything right. So yeah, I'm fucking.
No, it means you get to pay back what you used.
No, when she worked, her taxpayers money went to that too.
Obviously not. Because now she gets to pay it back.
I don't know. Most people don't take advantage. There are some people that do, but you know.
I beg to differ. I think there's more that do than that don't. Sorry for your luck. I do.
Based on what?
On society and how they think. Dude, they don't even want to go to work. They want to stay home and get paid. They don't want to go out and actually get a job. That's bullshit. So, yeah, I do believe they totally are looking for shit.
And what do you base this on? Like what
On
city?
everybody, the bitches and complains about having to go out and get a job. They want to stay at home and work. They don't want to go out and get a job. They want to be paid while they work at home. We all know this. They had the big, remember? Oh my God, the government employees were pissed when they put them back to work. What the fuck do you mean? I spent 4 years doing this. Now you're going to make me go back to work? I got to go into the office? Well, that sucks. Yeah, you do. You do.
And no external factors are part of the equation for you.
What should it matter? It shouldn't. How come for centuries they went to work, they left their house and they went to work for 8-10 hours a day and then they came home? But now people think that they should just get to work from home and still get paid.
What are you
Like,
talking
I
about?
don't-
Centuries, like in the year 800, where they just went out and worked on their farm and came home and
Dude, you know what
killed
I'm
their own
saying?
pig?
Nobody was sitting at home working while they got paid. You went to work and got a job. Don't play stupid. Really?
There's people who have full-time jobs who are on SNAP, Gigi.
Yeah, that's
Just so
a
they could have
scary
$200 extra dollars to buy some fucking food.
Yeah.
There's so many factors that cause these problems.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I mean, do you think the economy's going good where this time of year for I work in the freight business. This time of year for UPS and FedEx, it's their peak season for Christmas with Black Friday coming up at the end of November. Do you think that's normal for them? I mean, that usually doesn't happen. I'm sure it's happened in the past, but it's not. They're usually hiring extra work, seasonal work. They're laying off 48, almost 50,000 people. Do you think
they were laying off before this? They were laying off long before this. Fuck, oh dear. Walmart's always threatening to lay off. Intel constantly lays off. And then you know what they do? They turn around and hire back at a lower wage. They do it all the time.
I'm talking about specifically UPS. This time of year is when they usually hire a bunch of people just for seasonal work because there's so much shipping going on, presents and all this.
Well, times have
type of stuff.
changed.
Yeah, because times suck.
Yeah. Well, now everybody orders online, so Amazon just brings it to your door. They don't need UPS.
Oh, Jesus. You just...
Yank.
No, there's just nothing anyone can say. No statistic, no anything. You're just like, fuck them.
It's not at all like that. It's not at all like that. That's not, first of all, this whole thing of me pulling up shit was all, I'm joking with everything. That was the whole idea, is to make it lighthearted. The whole thing with Snap and how all
and
that
all
goes.
I did was give my opinion, and you got mad at me.
No, I ain't mad at you.
If my opinion makes you mad, I'll pop off.
No, your opinion don't make me mad. When did I get mad? I am yet to get mad. I just don't think that everybody, I'll say it again, that I know there's people that are on Snap that need it. But I think that more than, see, that's where we differ. I believe that not nearly as many that are on it need it that are on it. I think way less. I think it's way less. I think they abuse it. And I think this is part of the problem as to why we never have money for shit. And I don't care if it's only $450 a year out of my paycheck that goes to give these. Have you ever been in line and watched somebody with one of those cards and watched what they buy?
Yeah, they buy a bunch of ramen noodles and cheap shit.
Oh, bullshit. They don't hear. I know. I've stood behind them and went, are you fucking serious? Is that fucking lobster? Is that steak? Yeah. I don't give it. And here's what one lady said to me.
Yeah, okay, well, we did it right here. So we're stuck in the middle with you right here now, Gigi.
You got it. I'll be your cream, baby.
You and RFK with his shaky ass voice.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, man. You can only buy healthy food. You can only buy vegetables. Okay. So you just said it right there. They're buying steaks.
No, that's not healthy.
Meat? Protein is not healthy?
Yes, it is. But you don't have to have that just to stay healthy. You can fucking, there's protein in hamburger, bitch.
So you can't buy good food and you can't buy bad food. So I guess what do they do? Just go buy $300 worth of fucking lettuce?
I definitely don't want to. If I can't afford fucking lobster tails, I don't think that my taxes should go to pay somebody else's lobster tails. What does she want? Give it to her. Whatever it is.
She has, I don't know, her hearing is very, very good.
She hears the neighbors. They coughed.
She will hear somebody open their mailbox 5 houses down and start barking.
Yep. Oh, man, my dog was like that. It was like, seriously? Hey, Friction. Oh, look who's here. Yank!
Hey.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Not much. I figured this would be a good time to jump in the conversation and figure out what people's reactions were going to be to this shutdown stuff. So if you can kind of fill me in on what the backstory conversation has been. I heard LW's a little bit of his position, your position, and also in the comments. I just need to kind of catch up on what you guys are thinking.
Well, I'll give a short version if this is probably what Gigi thinks. Gigi hates poor people, and apparently LW is some far left communist.
God damn you, boy. Okay. Are we against the government shutdown in general?
Well, I'm against it because, let's get the show on the road, but on the other hand, aren't we saving some money? So I'm kind of on the fence.
Well, in that vein, Gigi, I would say that yes, we are in the middle of it, saving money. But once the government does open again, and it will, we won't be saving any money because everybody will be paid retroactively and everybody will be made whole. However, I think in the sense that, like in the current conversation that I just saw with the SNAP benefits, there will be a restructuring of who is available or able to have SNAP benefits, because from what I can tell, the big contention is that as far as SNAP is concerned, is that the Democrats are holding out for post pandemic levels to be held, which also increases the budget, which increases the spending, which also lowers the limit and cap on what people can earn to still have SNAP. So you can have people that make $100,000 a year plus and still collect SNAP. And the numbers, the dollar figures on SNAP cards are during pandemic levels, which were higher. So I find it difficult to try to suss this out, because I am very much in favor of the least of us. I think the government should help. I think the government should delineate a line between who needs actual help and who doesn't. I think there is a political aspect of this that is very ugly and is very fraught politically with nonsense. I don't know. I don't know. LW, I heard you kind of talking, and I don't think you're a lefty. I think you're a very compassionate individual, but at the same time, like our fucking country, man, is sinking at $38 trillion. And we can't just keep 42 million. That's 1 in 8 people, family households are collecting fucking SNAP. I'm sorry. That is just unsustainable. 20 years ago, it was, I think, $17 billion. Now it's, or 17 million households. Now it's 40 million. I think, like I saw the things said that you know, don't go to national parks and feed the wildlife, because once you feed them, they get accustomed to you feeding them, and they don't fucking hunt anymore. They don't do their natural thing. I believe that's the same thing going on with people right now. Do you disagree?
Well, my whole point the whole time was, one, I totally agree that people do take advantage of it. And when you apply for these things, it's not, I think people make the mistake thinking that you just go on a line and say, hey, give me some SNAP, and they send it to you. Yeah. They have to verify. You have to make a certain, you have to work. I mean, you have to, unless it's like you're laid off situation, you're looking for a job, because then you're in the, unemployment thing, getting unemployment check and stuff like that. But you have to provide W-2s. You have to provide electric bills. You have to, like, who lives in your house. Where they take advantage of it is people piling up in houses with like 3, and then all of them individually getting it, right? That's where most of the fraud comes in.
And also working under the table.
And my point is, I don't think it's just not, I don't believe it's the majority, because of all the people who work full-time jobs. There's people who work their entire lives, who paid into the system to retire and get their Social Security checks. And because of the cost of living has gone up, their Social Security checks, and they apply for SNAP too. There's people who've worked their whole lives, paid in the system, and the Social Security they receive is not enough. Is not enough to maintain them, so they have to apply for SNAP. There's a whole myriad of people who are getting SNAP. It's not just my opinion is just, I don't think most people are taking advantage of it, but I think there's a whole chunk of it. And then my second point was, out of all the spending, and that's what I was trying to say earlier, the portion to SNAP benefits is so small compared to all of the other crazy stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we just sent $40 billion to Venezuela for something.
Right.
Like how we send money to Israel, we send money to Ukraine, we send money over here. We do all these stupid things of blowing money for like to see if, here's $7 million to see if these Asian birds, how their mating habits. Like people buying an extra fucking thing of ramen noodles and fucking Dr. Pepper doesn't bother me as much.
No, I agree.
That's all my point was.
I agree. I think that there is tremendous fraud, waste, and abuse. I am deeply disappointed in how Doge started out strong and then sort of trickled away when the fact became apparent that this whole fucking government is just ripping off its taxpayers and spending money like fucking drunken sailors.
Right.
I will say that I'm not against a little bit of. All right, I'll preface it with this. I am sad that so many Americans, my people, my countrymen, are looking at November, December, however long this fucking shutdown lasts, where they're going to have a hard time feeding their families. I think that's fucking terrible. I believe that America should take care of its own people, and those that can't afford. And I'm not talking about turkey dinners and Christmas dinners and all that kind of shit. I'm talking about the bare essentials, peanut butter and fucking mac and cheese and hamburger helper, the shit that costs nothing to feed a family and get you through to survive, because that's what it's supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be about a lifestyle where I'm gonna fucking load up my cart with Costco shit and here's $1,000 all paid by taxpayers, and I sit on my ass and I got my eyelashes did, my hair did, my nails did, all that kind of shit. And I got 15 fucking kids from 14 different fathers. This shit is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a serious problem with vets, older people, disabled people, single mothers. When they can't make it, man, they can't make it. And we should be caring enough about our citizens to do something for that. Man, I'll tell you, it's a quandary. It really is. It's a quagmire, because once you go down the hole of we're going to help, we create people that then become what would you say? Desperate or reliant on the help, and they lose all track of, I need to do some shit for myself. I need to do better, So, and I think that's where we're at. And if we start and everything shuts off, and we're able to then start again with new rules and regulations, and let's see what you fucking actually make and what you actually do, I think that's going to be a good thing for the country overall, because we can't keep spending the amount of money we do.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, I don't disagree with anything you said there. And I'm in agreement with Gigi too. She just likes to argue a little bit.
That's why I love her so much.
Right, exactly. But my third point too was just there's external factors too involved. Like, to not put that into the equation, I think is you have to. The current, like, whatever the economy is, because when the economy is booming and there's good jobs, I think most people want good work. There's always outliers. I agree with that. But right now, I mean, COVID was an anomaly, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this year, currently, this is by the Trump's administration, not me. There are currently more unemployed Americans than job openings. So that's what the current situation is. So when I hear this, like, just go get a job, dummy. Well, the Trump administration is saying there's more unemployed people than job openings by 0.99%. It's just a small percentage. That basically means it's you know, somebody's getting left out. And
absolutely.
What is it since January 2025? The value of the U.S. dollar has dropped 10%. That's the largest, which means your dollar buys less, obviously.
Yes.
But it's dropped 10% in 2025, and that's the lowest it's been since 1973. So the people right now are going through, in my opinion, tough times, and all of these different factors: where you live, the economy. There's more people looking for jobs than jobs available. Everything, the cost of things are crazy. The value of the dollar is dropping. I mean, there's, you know, and the people, the individuals in the country don't have any power. That's my only point, is shitting on people who don't have any power, instead of, which I told Gigi earlier, is just, it's the oldest story known to man, for the powerful to get the people to argue with each other to keep keep everybody from getting mad at them. You know, that's my whole point.
Deflection. Deflection. You know, and that's why we as Americans, in my opinion, really have to, you know, oh my God, I sit and I watch these videos that are all over the internet of people saying, well, if I don't get my fucking EBT, I'm going to rob and I'm going to steal and I'm going to, you know what my wife and I are going to do? We're going to go through our shit and donate to our local pantries, because that is the correct thing to do. We need to take care of our own, and we need to punish and make it difficult for those who aren't our, and that leads sort of into the illegal people. I know it's a big thing, and it sucks. I don't want any children to go hungry. I don't want any families to go hungry, but at the same time, motherfucker, they entered here illegally, and how dare they expect to get shit from us? That shit drives me crazy.
Right. And that's what was so bad about Biden's administration, is because that was such an anomaly to let in 12 million people, which that's just the regular numbers. The number's actually probably 20. You know?
Yes.
But every other president,
over the past 30, 40 years, I mean, shit, our country is, we've probably got 40, 50 million illegals in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
I mean, aside from Biden alone, it's not just him. It's our general overall. We're going to take in people, which again goes back to, I've said this many times with when I speak to, and I'm not talking to you, but when I speak to people who believe in pro-immigration, what's the fucking number? What's the number that you would feel comfortable with where a country is considered full? I don't want to live armpit to armpit like China, 1.6 billion or whatever it is. I don't want it. I want to have room to fucking move. And they can't give you an answer.
That's the number one question I always ask people when they're like, when they do that, is that it's just very simple, because that's you cut through all the bullshit. Like, okay, is there a limit? Is it 5 million? Is it 1 million? Is it 5 million? Can we just let the whole entire country of Australia come over? I mean, like, there has to be a limit, right? And they can then they start to stutter and they don't know what to say.
That's right. It's difficult, man. You know, we want to be like, I'm looking at this hurricane, right? I've been very fortunate. I live in South Florida, and I haven't gotten hit by a hurricane in fucking this year, and that's been like over 15 years I haven't gotten hit by a hurricane. But right now there's one rolling through Jamaica, and it's wiping that motherfucker out. But guess who's going to be sending those people money? It's going to be America. And the shit, we don't have any fucking money. We're $38 trillion in debt. We are more in debt than any other nation has ever been in the history of the world. and people still have the balls to say we're a rich country. No, we're fucking not.
Well, and to send money to them, and we're just telling our people, oh, sorry, we don't have money for your SNAP. Give me a break.
Yes, Gigi. Yes, Gigi. Yes.
It took me an hour and a half. It took Ye to come up for her to finally agree with me. God damn it! I'll be right back.
Hey, I wanted to welcome Jaron onto the panel. Jaron, I know
Welcome.
you've met LW, but I don't think you've met Yank before. Yank, Jaron, Yank.
Well, Yank,
Hi,
it's nice
Jaron.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yank actually used to be my partner on this channel.
Okay.
And, yeah, and so, yeah, that's who Yank is.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Yank, where are you from?
I am actually originally from New Hampshire,
Okay.
and I now live in South Florida.
Okay. So East Coast up and down. Well, I'm right smack dab in the middle. I'm in Southern Virginia, so
I'm sorry,
I'm
say that
kind of
again.
halfway. Listen, I'm in Southern Virginia. I'm in Nottaway County, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I'm
was just wondering-
looking at some property in West Virginia, to be honest.
in West Virginia.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a lot of it's beautiful land, it's beautiful property out there, but the people and the creatures are kind of creepy. But you can get past that. You can get past that. There's some beautiful real estate out there.
I understand. Sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at some property and some hollows out there. I'd love to find a little place to niche in and start my little homestead. I'm a little old now though, but we'll see what happens. I'm still looking.
Yeah, that's the thing though, with the way that real estate is set up these days. It's if they see a lot of people are interested in a certain area, and I'm just speaking from Virginia right now, if they see it's like usable land, they jack the prices all the way up to only developers can come in and get it. Regular people can't just buy decent cost of land anymore. That's a topic I'll ramble on for. I mean, it's crazy out here because you have farmers that are getting paid to let their crops down on the vine. It's you get people who come from the city to buy land just to keep it tied up so the locals can't use it. I mean, we've got all kinds of. I could write a spot for it and the stuff that goes on. I'm next door to a military base. So I can tell
Oh, no
you
kidding.
Right
on. Right on. So where do you sit with all this stuff going on?
I'm going to add some nuance to the jobs thing. You know, I think a lot of people aren't even aware of it. So I know here, where I'm from, a lot of places, because of COVID, which came and wrecked everything, they were getting paid because a lot of people were staying at home. So what happens is they are still collecting grants and money and all these other things from that time period by not having people there. So they advertise, we have 12 jobs opening here. We've got 13 jobs open down the street. But they're not hiring people because they're required to do job openings. But if they don't get anybody, they still get that money that, oh my goodness, our business, faltered this month because we didn't have enough people. So what they're doing, and I've seen a lot of people have these, and they've got openings for work, but they're not hiring people because it's an elaborate scam to keep getting the COVID, money under the table. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of people run into. So it's a lot of people that want to, do a traditional 9-to-5, or maybe they want to work at McDonald's or something, but they just simply are not being allowed to because people just aren't hiring. But they're saying they're hiring. So I've seen that happen. So that might explain some of the, confusion that I guess was being debated earlier. But that's, I'm sure that's in such small percentages that it probably doesn't really affect too much in the long run. I'm sure that's more localized, but I just thought that was a cool thing to kind of, I don't think a lot of people understand that it's still happening. So.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know about anybody else, but to me, you're having a lot of reverb going on when you speak, so it's a little difficult to understand and follow what you're saying. But I feel terrible because half in the bag as well. So it could just be me.
No, yeah, everybody on chat said it was hard to hear him as well. So
Oh, I'm sorry. It
no,
must
that's okay.
No, don't apologize. We're simply here just stating our goals and stating where we're at. So if you can hold it different or something, whatever you got to do on your end.
I might have to just walk to a different area. I'm actually walking my dog right now. So
Oh,
that
that could
might
have
be
something to
it.
do with it.
Yeah, that might have been some interference from anything. So,
Yeah, it seemed to it went over your voice, so we couldn't hear you a lot of the times because it seemed to want to vibrate out. So it was.
Yeah.
I feel terrible about that. Now I feel like I'm just talking, taking up
I
time.
was trying to catch it, but I couldn't seem to catch any of the words, and then I started reading chat, and they were like, "Yeah, I can't hear him."
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
To kind of wrap up what I said, their job, some companies are hiring people on companies.
Oh, it's still doing it.
Yeah, no, not good.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No.
Okay, I can jump
really.
off.
Darn it. Yeah, it's still doing it.
Let me see. I'll jump off and try to.
It sounds like you're underwater and the bubbles are making noises.
Yes.
Oh no. All right, I'll try this.
Didn't even know what that meant.
Thank you, Jaron. I couldn't hear you, but I think you said, okay, you're going to jump off. Thank you,
Okay.
Jaron. Come
Thank
back
you.
anytime, honey. Super nice guy.
Oh, that was
I
the
could
guy?
have heard him. Yes.
No. Oh, shit. Shit.
His name is Jaron.
Okay. I apologize.
Super nice
I wasn't sure.
Yep.
So how have you been, Gutter? I haven't talked to you in a little while, and there's been a lot going on.
Oh, gosh. Same old, just living the dream.
Living the dream. I know,
Yeah,
babe.
living-
I know. It's fucking, my God. One of the things that's really kind of been on my mind is I've been hearing some rumblings about revaluation of gold and silver. Right now, we have like 1.8 or so metric tons, supposedly, of gold that America holds. I don't know what that turns out to. I think it's like $19 billion or $9 billion or something. But it's valued at $30 an ounce. That was after the I believe it was Roosevelt, and they confiscated everyone's gold at $20, then revalued it at $30, and that then told us what we have for gold and what it's worth. I've been hearing chatter about that gold is going to be reevaluated. Now, it's not going to, even if they do it, it's not going to wipe out our debt, but what it will do is trade our book value. In other words, in the sense that, okay, your grandfather bought a house in the 1930s at $5,000. It's been passed down to your father or your parents, and now it's to you. And you want to take a home equity loan out against it. And they're not going to say, well, that house was bought for $5,000. That's what it's worth. They're going to use current market value. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is if we do have this gold in reserve that we're supposed to have, I think that if they said, well, it's not worth $30,000, in other words, the $5,000 that it was worth at purchase time, it could be worth $5,000 or $10,000, which could put it at $1 trillion value. That will make our value on the books better, which will help sustain this government insofar as the printing of the money, thus adding value to the current dollar and allowing them to hopefully slam on the brakes on the printing and start to increase what we're doing with investments and other countries investing in America, such and so on. It makes our books look better. So one of the things that I'm thinking is that if they say, let's say, that gold is now $5,000 or $4,000 an ounce, that is now the floor. It can't go any lower. It can only go up. And I think that may be what is a possibility of happening, insofar as also silver was then also added to the, what did they call it? They called it the industrial fucking purpose or whatever, strategic metal that we need for America, which is why Trump is running around trying to do these deals with countries for metals and important materials, digging, ore or whatever. So I think that's, I don't know, has anybody else been following that stuff?
Well, I have a little bit. I've seen in 2025 gold prices have increased 50%.
Yes, sir.
Which typically, I mean, I don't know, is anybody in the chat buying gold?
I have.
Are we buying gold? It's typically a sign of, the bigwigs buying gold, and whether that means, that's kind of left up to undetermined, or how you perceive it. Like, do they know things, or is that the sign of the times that our current monetary system is shitty and beyond repair, and everybody's buying gold?
Well,
who knows?
If I can just interrupt for a second, what I think is that gold and silver are not a commodity that you buy to increase your dollars. It's a necessity to spend your dollars in order to hold the value and purchasing power of said dollars. So I have some gold and silver, obviously, and I have some cash. The cash that I have that just sits off to the side every day loses money. When I started buying gold and silver, it was, $20 for silver and, $1,000 for gold. Well, now we're up to 4,047.
Yeah, and they expect it to go. And they expect it to go to 5,000 in the next year.
Well, yes, exactly. And if they adjust for inflation, like $50 was the benchmark for what silver was expected to be worth. But that was based on 1980, the big push in 1980. If you adjust for inflation from 1980 to 2025. Silver should be worth over $300 an ounce, just to cover what inflation has changed in the devaluation of our dollar. So that's why they say gold could be $10,000 an ounce. And again, it's not that you're making that much money by purchasing gold and silver. You're actually just saving the fucking $5,000 you spend now, or the $47 you spend now, to save the value of its purchasing power. You turn fiat paper dollars into something that holds its value. I watched recently, I saw a thing on TV with Fifth Third Bank down here in Florida was offering 4.6% in a savings account interest. And they're like, this is great, but you got to put $50,000 in that account. Earn that amount of interest, which is only 1%, 1.5% over inflation. That's crazy. Like you said, gold and silver have been 50%. So it makes no sense to me to do banks and give them the money and then they loan out 3/4 of it to other investment loans. I'm not shilling for any gold companies. I'm just saying there's a thing happening where I think that we're going to revalue what gold is globally per ounce. So if you manage to grab a couple, grab a couple. It's not going to be bad for you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else is. I mean,
Yeah.
that goes with the valuation of the dollar, going down 10% over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
The last trillion that we put on the national debt to make it 38 a trillion was the fastest trillion ever spent in the history of the country.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the fastest
trillion
ever.
fucking dollars. $1 trillion fucking dollars. I can't even wrap my mind around what $1 trillion is. What is that? 1 million billion? Is that what it is?
It's a whole lot more than ramen noodles cost.
That's a lot of,
Yeah.
a lot of noodles.
I mean, the idea that this country can keep going by, making the printing presses go whir, and somebody clicking numbers on a keyboard and adding zeros to shit. I just don't see how this is sustainable. I don't. I know that Trump. One of the things that drives me crazy about Trump is that he's a spending kind of guy. He has never met a bill that he has not signed for spending. So, but one of the things that I'm glad that he does is he has long-term plans to grow our way out of the spending debt. So when he says we have $17 trillion of, promises from companies to come to America and build infrastructure on whatever the hell he's talking about. That's all great and good, but until it comes to fruition, it's just kind of something he's saying at the moment. You know what I mean? Like they cannot weigh him, or they cannot wait him for 3.5 years, and then go, nah, we're not going. I don't know. I don't know where this is headed, man. I am in uncharted territory, and I cannot prognosticate or fucking guess or anything. I'm taking a hit. I was just talking to somebody, and I said, something? I said, I'm very concerned about the way everything is, but the best I can do is sit back and just wait and see, because it's all way over my pay grade.
Yeah, well, it definitely, when you say uncharted territories, I agree. I think, I'm not sure that he's a different president than most, so.
Do you think? Did you just see the other day? Did you just see the other day where they added more tariffs on Canada because he didn't like a commercial they ran about him in Ontario?
I know, I was thinking.
Yes.
They ran a commercial. He's like, "Fuck y'all, more tariffs."
And see, this is why I couldn't be president. It's because of shit like that. I thought that was funny as hell.
Yeah, but the only problem is you have no idea how that works. So that's the whole thing. Kind of like Trump.
Yeah.
I still thought it was funny.
We're in a very weird place, man. We've had hegemony globally for so long, insofar as a financial sense, that it's going to be tough to let that up. I hear people, again, I hear constantly people saying, especially with the EBT thing going on, we're the richest country and we could be able to pay, blah, blah. No, motherfucker, no. With $38 trillion in debt, that's just the shit that's on the book. We're probably $200 trillion in unfunded liabilities. You have no idea what that fucking math is like. And if you go to other countries and you look at what they're doing, they're probably, I think we're over 120% of GDP in debt. If you go to other countries and look, they are probably 60% of GDP in debt, which makes them far more stable, far better off than we are. So how we're paying all this shit out all the time drives me insane. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I agree.
Stock up on bullets and ammo and guns. because the first is going to be fucking ugly if they don't open up the Shutdown.
Well, it is, that's one of the things, remember, that Rick always said was, you want to see a society go crazy? Stop letting the food flow for about 3 days.
Yep. 3 days, 9 meals away from chaos. Yep.
So,
Yep.
Hopefully we can keep them fed up, or, so they don't start eating bar stool legs and shit.
Yep.
I know.
It's difficult, man.
These are jokes, people. None of this, I don't mean any of it seriously.
Hey, don't lie.
Well,
oh, are we talking YouTube terms of service?
well, no. I just mean, I do have a heart in the sense of I don't want to see people that
Oh, now you're lying.
go hungry. I don't want to see people that truly need to go hungry. I don't.
Yes.
But
Gigi, you don't have to lie on your own show. Stop lying.
there's, again, I still say there's many that suck the life out of it.
Yeah, there's a huge amount. I mean, like I said, from I think it was 2000. From 2000, there was like 7 million people on food stamps, SNAP benefits. Add 25 years, we're up to 42 million people. No, I'm sorry. People don't look at. I've been through hard times. I know what hard times are. When I was younger, just a FYI, I was a complete fuckhead, and my best thing was $5 bought me a 8-inch sub from White Ham Pantry, ham and cheese, tomato, mayo, and a small bag of Pub potato chips, and that lasted me 3 days because that was my fucking budget. That's what I had for food, and I weighed like 120 pounds. People can do it, but they don't want to. They think I have my Jordans, my hair did, I have cable, and I have Wi-Fi and new phone, iPhone. They have all this shit, a nice car, and they think I'm poor. You're not fucking poor, man. Poor is not that. Poor is, holy fuck, I gotta throw a jug of water on my head and walk 5 miles down to the river and walk 5 miles back. That's poor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where this goes, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with all that. And I still stand by I think most people, there's a bunch, but I think the economic situation usually explains the increase in the people getting the benefits. Typically it lines up, and currently we're not in the great we're definitely not in a great boom.
Read Fools'
Certainly. Correct.
Read Fools' comment.
What, Gigi?
Read Fools' comment.
I didn't. I can't. I don't know how to do that. I'm on my phone.
Oh. It says,
What's
Gigi
that?
is the Marie Antoinette of the gutters. Let them eat bar stools.
That's right. Go gnaw on the wood, you sorry piece of shit. Get a job.
Eat each other's private parts. You'll last longer.
Here. We got some leftover sawdust for you to eat after you just lost your job of 20 years because of tariffs. Faggot.
LW,
Sorry,
are you against the tariffs?
Against the tariffs? Well, I was wrong. I was against it from the beginning because how they calculated them. They just kind of made up a math problem.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot of people that I don't know. They don't understand how they work. I'm not saying you do or gee. I'm just saying.
I'm asking.
Like when Trump was like, we made $500 billion from the tariffs that we received. Well, we didn't receive anything. It was Americans paid the American companies pay the tariffs. So when he puts a 20% tariff on something coming into the country, and I worked in the freight business, I've dealt with tariffs, and I've been on call one time back in the day. I've been talking at 3:00 in the morning American time. I've been talking to a Chinese person, somebody from China, about something that's caught up in the port because the check wasn't cut correctly to release the freight. So I know a little about it. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I just know a little about it.
That's way more than I know.
0 people, 0 foreign countries pay the tariffs that he imposes on their imports to us. 0 other countries pay it. Yep. American companies pay it. They pay the extra tariff. That's how they get the freight. That's part of the deal. The people sending the stuff here do not pay that tariff coming into the country. So the hope is, well, the companies bringing the stuff here, they have to pay the tariffs, so they increase the prices. So this will motivate industry to replace the foreign goods we need. But if there's no infrastructure for it, it's kind of a thing like you're just going to either have to pay it or not pay it. You're going to have to buy it or not buy it. So I'm for targeted tariffs. Like, we can do more here in America for this product we want to make 100% American or whatever. I'm good with, but he's just doing them across the board on stuff we don't even fucking make, or have the ability to produce it. So it's just the price just hurts Americans and American companies. There's so many small businesses, Yank.
Yes.
The big corporations can withstand the tariff increases that they have to pay coming in, because the Walmarts, the whatever, they can withstand it, But it's the small companies that can't. Like people, like let's say you sell like a glass of something, like a glass of honey or some shit that you bottle. Well, most of the time you're getting the glass from overseas because it's cheaper, and you can bottle it and sell it for a reasonable price to put on your local grocery store or farm it out or sell it online. But when that increases, nobody's going to buy your fucking $25 bottle of honey. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, I do. Yep. No, I agree.
So and just the main thing is that his administration says that we're making all these monies from other country. 0 people are paying these tariffs from other countries. And a perfect example of that, Yank, is the soy farmers. The soy farmers in America have lost $13 billion. Their number one customer was China. So they put tariffs on China. The soy farmers, go look that up. They're suffering right now. They're losing their shit right now. Because he put the tariff on them, and the expectation was China would be like, okay, let's make a deal. China told Trump to go fuck himself, and they just replaced what they got from us with South America soy farmers. So now they're just getting it from South America instead of us. Now our soy farmers are fucked, and it just seems like he's kind of doing this thing just kind of as he goes to see what happens, and all it's doing is fucking up people in America.
I do think there's a lot of that going on, with Malay and Argentina and the beef stuff. I think that's an also kind of look at with a hairy eyeball that, like, okay, I get it. You want to help Argentina and you want to try to lower beef by flooding our market with beef you bought, but still we're buying it. And why couldn't you just fucking help our own fucking farmers? I don't get it.
Right.
That stuff is a little weird. And again, this goes back to, look, this is way over my pay grade. I don't know how to process it. I need to sit back and watch how it plays out. I will say, one of the things I noticed recently, like today, was seeing all the news coverage of Trump over in Japan. And we made trade deals with Japan and blah, 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 blah. And one of the things they did was Japan promises $500 billion of manufacturing Toyota cars and plants in America. Okay. And I thought to myself, can we get a Toyota Hilux? I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's like a $10,000 fucking truck that they make in Japan that we can't have here in America because it doesn't have all the bells and woosbahs and whistles and EPA bullshit.
Right.
You know, that'd be fucking great for America. Could we get a fucking car we can afford instead of these $80,000 rolling fucking lazy boy armchair pickups? I just like a pickup that I can throw some shit in and drive home from Home Depot. You know, we'll see. I don't think it does. I don't think that's a thing we're going to be able to get, which is a shame. You know,
Yeah.
so I agree with you, man. There's a lot of weird stuff that, again, I just got to kind of sit back and go, well, I guess somebody knows more than I do, and we'll see what happens. And if after 3.5 years we're still in the same boat, well, fuck him and his legacy. I don't fucking care. I've never been a Trump shoe shiner. I do like the guy, but you know, do I think he knows exactly what's going on? Nah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Some things are good, some things aren't. I still haven't got a Jeffrey Epstein list. I still haven't got fucking you know, a full MLK or a JFK fucking release. Holy shit, he's promised. Yeah. You know, now he's all over the place on shit. One day it's going to be this, next day it's going to be that, and nothing really happens. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, and then I ask y'all's opinion about that too. Like, there seems to be a divide in like people who voted for him. If you question anything, that means you're a liberal, you know? And it's like, well, wait a second. I haven't changed anything I believed.
Correct.
Nothing. You know, but
Right.
now all of a sudden I'm just supposed to go along with things that I didn't believe before I voted for him. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't change, you know. I don't know.
No, the MAGA concept has changed. I hate to say it, and I know I probably bummed some people out by saying that, but those that say, well, you're not MAGA anymore. No, I am MAGA. I'm fucking strictly America first and nothing else. I don't give a fuck. And I'm seeing a whole bunch of, and again, it's above my pay grade. So maybe I don't get it. But you know,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's like
let me ask y'all this. Before 2024 or since 2016, whatever, like the thing rhinos, who have y'all like the big ones, the big names? I'm not talking about, you know, locally in your government or whatever, but just the big names. Who are the people that y'all considered rhinos for the last 10 years?
Holy shit. The list is fucking 8 miles long and 3 miles deep.
Right.
But you know,
would
Sleep, Ted Cruz,
Ted Cruz.
Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham, that's a good one.
Yeah. Who else we got? I mean, we got a fucking ton of them. And, you know, and it's funny. You say that, and it's like my brain immediately shuts off because it doesn't want to even bother with.
I know.
You know, like Mitt Romney.
What's the worst one? Yeah,
shit,
that's
John
the
McCain.
one.
Those motherfuckers. Yeah, fuck them people. You know what I mean?
They didn't even feel like Republicans.
No.
So, and that's my bigger point. That's the same list I had, right? So when Trump ran for president, the MAGA people, the hardcore MAGA people that have been saying the same shit since day one, who had his back, and they were saying the same shit, was Matt Gaetz, Thomas Massey, MTG,
Ron
people
Paul,
like that.
Or Rand Paul.
Right. Now, who is MAGA now? It's Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham. He just did a big fundraiser for Lindsey Graham. And the people he shits on are who? MTG, Matt Gaetz. Like,
That makes me nervous as shit.
We didn't change. All of us over here, he's shitting on MTG. He's shitting on Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is like, you know, he's anti-Semitic now. Like, you know, all these people that were hardcore MAGA from day one, and now he's surrounding himself with all the never Trumpers in 2016. He's out doing Lindsey Graham is his number one guy now. Like,
Oh my God.
wait a second here.
Yeah.
Right?
Who are you fucking like trying to make, whatever.
Dude, I hate to say it, but I think that certain people's money helped contribute to his campaign, and he is a captured individual to a certain point. And I'm not going to point fingers. I'm just going to say last name could be Adelson.
I mean, she only gave $100 million, Yank.
Oh, that's it? Oh, no, never mind. She's not a problem. Then. She's good. Yeah, she's good. She's a small timer. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't, God damn. The older I get, the more I realize, and the stronger I get entrenched in the belief that two sides of the same fucking coin, two words, two wings of the same bird. It's all just, we bounce it back and forth like fucking ping pong, and you people don't know any different.
Well, it all comes to the money. It all comes down to the money. So first of all, the whole follow the money is, it makes total sense. And if you look, well, they're all being paid. So how do you not think of all of them being against all of us?
Yes.
It's a small club and you ain't in it.
Absolutely. Shit. Oh man. I don't know. I think again, and Gigi, you and I spoke about this long ago when we were doing the show together, and I was kind of on the fence of, look, Ben, it's just too late. We got one guy maybe at the time that was against the globalist shit, but they've got us all locked in. They've got it figured out. They have us checkmated, and it's just a matter of time. And I don't really understand what the point of fucking fighting all this shit is.
Don't you feel like the atmosphere has changed? Well, it's exactly what you say when you talk. What I'm trying to say is when you talk about MAGA and how it's not what it used to be, it's changed. And that's exactly right. I think even like his views have changed. And so like even from the time when he first started on this term, I feel like his views have changed a lot. Like just in the last couple months.
Yep.
And that probably worries me more than anything, because the one thing that I thought we had was him to kind of get over this hump and then hopefully find somebody with enough balls to continue on. But now I worry that we don't have that, and they're all just bought. Like I said, it comes back to the money. Yes. It's the money. And if you're in it, you're in it. Like if you get kicked out of the club, you're kicked completely out. You ain't getting the money no more. You're kicked completely out. So,
absolutely. Right.
It's just, it makes me very leery about so many other things that have gone on. And I'll look at like some of the YouTubers and how they'll be so far out there on some of their shit. And I'll go, okay, I shouldn't even entertain that thought. And then later I go back and go, fuck, they were right.
Yes.
I worry like things like the Candace Owen and all the things that she's been pulling up and shit. I'm like, oh no. What if she is right? Like, what if she's right about any of the things that she's been talking about? Just one of them.
It throws the whole fucking narrative out of whack.
Completely. Just one of them. If she's right about just one.
Yep. And it then puts you in disagreement with other people you agree with. Right? Like, and then you start to go, are they shilling? Are they getting paid?
I know.
What the hell's going on here?
And then I feel like a fucking loony bin. I'm like, no, now I'm the crazy lady. I'm worse than the cat lady. This is just, ew.
It's funny you said cat lady. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Right?
Yeah. You're just pulling cats out of your sweater and throwing them at people.
Right. I'm about ready to.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish. Fuck. I mean, God damn it. Don't you guys feel great that the FBI busted the fucking 4 families of the fucking mob for gambling, but yet we still don't know JFK. We still don't. Nobody's gone to fucking jail about nothing. But God damn it, you're safe from fucking gambling.
Right.
No.
Some guy Chauncey Billups, Gutter's never heard of before.
Right.
She lives in Portland and she doesn't even know who the Portland Trailblazers are. She doesn't even know that was the head coach of her NBA team in her city.
Unbelievable. Shame on you.
Who? What? What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, that Cash Patel thing. They busted the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers NBA team for all this gambling shit and fixing NBA games, and you've never even heard of it, right? But good luck on them JFK files.
I used to go to the Blazers and watch their games all the time, but then, well, they pissed me off for one reason or another, I'm sure.
Well, they were fixing games.
Right?
Yeah, come on, man. They will let this country burn before they release those Epstein files, brother.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It seems very strange. Everybody wants those. Here's the deal is, if you, who was it? I was listening to some YouTuber. Oh, here's another thing we should have a conversation about is YouTubers and how it so here this is going kind of off subject, but here in Portland, it took 140 some days for them to finally, for the cops, the Portland Police Bureau, to finally do something about Antifa being on the street and to start to control the crime that was in that area and all of that. They were doing nothing. I mean, literally would watch shit happen and do nothing. And so now they're starting to control it. But there was a guy that was down there the other day, and he was saying, one of the reasons that they're doing this is because it's YouTube that has basically blown this open, or social media. A lot of them are on X or TikTok or whatever. But it's those people that have blown this shit wide open, because you don't never see mainstream media anywhere near this shit. If you hear Marvin, he'll come in and go, well, they showed Nick on there tonight. And I'm like, oh, what'd they say? Oh, they just asked him like 2 questions and that was about it. Oh, so they didn't show you everything that was going on? No, they don't show you like they don't show you, whether there's a lot of people or no people, or, they keep it very vague. And so it's starting to change now, as in the truth is getting out about a lot of things. And it's because of these social media people that are starting to make things actually happen. So I'm loving the fact that it doesn't matter anymore about mainstream media. They might as well just go away, because they're really not. I mean, the only thing they're needed for is, like the weather. And,
Yeah.
I mean, these YouTubers can do all the other shit themselves. I mean, each person could pick out shit they want to do and go with it. But I'm telling you what, now the truth gets out. And boy, oh boy, is it making a difference in how shit's handled. For 100 days, hardly anybody was down there. But the minute that it finally went to court and Washington caught wind of it, it was like, oh, maybe we better deal with these fuckers. So in saying that, it just amazes me that we have all this government that never gets shit handled over years and years and years. And then it's a few YouTubers that go down and all put their cameras on it and are live streaming and have thousands and thousands of people watching. And that's what finally gets, on top of, a couple of them were arrested, but it got the eye of Washington, and lo and behold, look what happens. So
that and they don't have enough, they're running out of money to pay all the overtime for the cops.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Portland, but for the last 20 years of my life, there's certain things that are true in life. You know, water's wet. The sky is blue, and people in Portland protest.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about no shit. And
Yeah.
definitely the last 10 years. For certain. A constant fucking protest. I mean, I don't think they ever stopped. I think they started that long ago and they never stopped.
Yeah, I mean, you can like rewind time 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Go Google something. Be like, oh, there's a protest in Portland, ain't there?
Yep. Yep.
I think, you know, and not to take it off, the West Coast things, but I think it's fucking amazing that Mondami guy, who's a fucking Muslim, and look, I don't care, I'm Muslim, not Muslim, but he's a Muslim, is going to fucking win mayor of New York City, ground zero from if most normies believe the official story that Muslims fucking knocked down 3 buildings with airplanes.
I hear you, Yank. We don't have to get into it, but I hear you.
What in the fuck? I mean, I'm living in the fucking Twilight Zone. I went to bed one night, and while I was sleeping, somebody put me in the Matrix, and I'm living in a tube, and I don't know it, and I'm a battery.
Right? It's fucking nuts.
It is. It's just crazy. What? I don't know. I'm sitting back and I'm going, oh my God, more bullets, more guns, and sandbags around my house. And, you know, I'll dig a hole in the backyard for fucking hide shit. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, New York, oh, man. New York is such a full of shit place. You know, this isn't like the old New York. It's a fucking Disneyland. It's just like have you ever seen like the Times Square? It's like a video game. It looks like,
yes,
it's insane. You know, everything, you go there for, you know, a lunch, go visit Manhattan. Oh, yeah. Your BLT will cost $58. I mean, it's full of people with fake money. There's so many apartment buildings there that are there's so many buildings there that are empty. There are apartments that sell for like $12.5 million that are sold. People own them, and there's not one person or a lick of furniture in that place, and they're all bought by like Chinese oligarchs and Russian oligarchs. It's a fake city. It really is a fake city.
Yes.
And anybody who does have a job, it's. I remember seeing a bunch of people, my day in a life, and they're like, you know, those vlogs people did, like exactly everything in New York is fake. Exactly, Baker and I are like, we're on top of this shit. But the day in a life of like living in Manhattan, and some girl goes and I worked for a $4 billion corporation and a $2 billion corporation. There's so many people that have so many bullshit jobs. All us little small workers like myself made the shit run, and it's all top heavy. And these little vlogs, she like, I take the subway to work, and then I go and I go into the office at 8, and then at 9:15 I go down and get a bagel. And then like 10:15 I go, and then at 11 we have a little meeting, and the meeting is like, what do you guys want to discuss about, you know, just bullshit. There's people who get paid millions and millions of dollars who do absolutely nothing.
Yes.
It's the fakest city on earth at this point.
Yes.
So it makes sense that that's the guy they're going to elect for.
It's true because, you know, basically that's what communism is a bunch of people sitting around talking about how things should be done. And then the enforcement arm says, okay, this is how we're going to do it. But what that reminds me of is hearing you say that is a government shutdown, right? We can, like, I don't know about anybody else, but I have not noticed a fuck all thing since this government has shut down 28, 29 days ago. Hasn't affected me iota. Nothing. So how many people then do you go, well, shit, we got a lot of people on the rolls that just walk around with clipboards and don't do a fucking thing. They can go. We don't need them.
Well, it makes you realize what true conservative is. It's less federal government and like state and local, like that. That's what our country is.
Hey, wait.
Yes.
Does anybody?
It's just a.
Does anybody notice how Yank's audio is like way better?
Really?
Oh my God! It was clipping like to beat hell. We could still hear you and everything, but it was clipping like crazy. And now you're like clear as a bell.
Well, that's because I really mean what I'm saying.
Right. He's pissed off now. So
that's so trippy.
I'm putting some testosterone behind what the fuck I'm talking about.
I guess. Wow. That's pretty trippy.
Shit. Wow, I didn't know that. You should have told me earlier.
Well, no. I didn't think there was anything you'd be able to fix. I thought it was just I thought you were on your phone and.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So you must maybe you moved.
I could still hear everything he was saying, so that's the reason I didn't say anything.
Yeah, it wasn't
everything you were saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm just naked now and rubbing baby oil on me.
It's the baby oil.
Well, it's time for me to go.
It's okay. Just go with it. Just go with it. It'll go in easy, fun, LW. Man. It's greased up. Just chill.
Come on, LW. Rub some on yourself and we'll connect.
In that case, I'll stick around.
Yes, you will. It'll be sticky.
Hey, no docking. No docking.
Oh, my God.
All right, now I have to go. That was above there.
That is that is still the craziest thing that I think we ever talked about on this show together. I had no idea what you were talking about when you first brought that up, and I looked it up and I was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck? This chick is crazy."
Don't ever look up anything she said to you, brother.
No, it's sick.
And then he looked up soaking.
Oh my God. Well, that could feel kind of good, but whatever. Yeah, no.
Right.
Oh my God. We had some crazy fucking conversations.
We certainly did. They were sure fun though.
Yes. So where's our favorite boomer? Where's Mr. Duggar? He's usually on here.
I thought you were talking about Gigi.
No. No, she's young Gen X.
I am.
Yes, barely Gen X. If
Marvin's a boomer, but I'm not a boomer.
Oh my God, Marvin's a boomer?
Marvin's a boomer.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I'm never going to ask. I'm not going to ask live on air because I know you're 39.
I'm 39. Born in 69.
Always.
And he's 8 years older.
Woo!
I have a problem with the whole generation, how they view it, but that's
What do you mean? Expound, please.
For example, Generation X, right?
Yes, sir.
It ends in 1981. So think about how stupid that is.
No.
If you're born in 1980, you're Generation X.
I'm a gomer.
But if you're born in 1981, you're a different generation. So you can be brother and sister a year apart, but you're two different generations. How retarded is that?
Well,
where are they supposed to cut it off at?
Well, not 1 year, because the baby just born and the 1-year-old grow up together in the same time frame.
Well, how are they going to fix that?
Well, they have to
adjust. It's going to be 1 year no matter what.
Yeah, but I'm saying they had. Okay, like telling a 48-year-old and a 47-year-old, they're from two different generations.
Okay, so what if they tell a 47-year-old and a 46-year-old? They're from a different.
I don't understand how y'all don't get the math, but
because it's math and I didn't pass.
But somebody can be 12 months apart and they're two different generations. To me, a generation is like when you grew up. Like I was a kid during the 80s.
Okay,
And
so
a-
what
and a-
year? Don't tell me.
Hold on. I was a kid during the 80s and a teenager during the 90s and a young adult. So the 80s and the 90s should be the Generation X. People born in Generation X starts in 1964.
Correct. But it ends in 1985, I think. Can somebody Google it and check it?
No, it stops at like
LW
1980.
he done his fingers were ticking the minute we started talking about it.
No, I just said Generation X stops in like 1981.
I don't know. But okay,
It does.
let's say, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, but if you have, let's say the brother and sister scenario, or the brother and brother 1 year apart, where the breakoff line is, it doesn't matter what generation thing it is. It could be boomer, it could be Gen X, it could be Gen X millennial, it could be millennial Gen Z. That's just where the breakup line is.
It's still going to be 1 year, no matter what year you pick.
Yeah.
No, but it's more like like this. Okay, for example, it's generation like parents. Like, okay, my grandparents were the World War II generation, right?
Yeah.
My mother
Greatest
was
generation.
right. My mother was the children of those. She grew up in the Vietnam era. And then I grew up in the 80s and 90s. That's a generation.
Okay.
For example, who do you think listened to Nirvana music in 1992? What generation? Who was a teenager?
I'm gonna say Gen X listened to it, didn't quite get it, but that's more of a millennial.
Oh, I totally disagree. Because
Really?
you only had to if you were born in 1981, that means you were 13 years old in 1992, and you were jamming out to Nirvana.
So, are you saying that they should have been split up differently, like instead of
that's
not
what I'm
just,
saying. Split up
so
differently based on generations, as opposed.
I
to
see what you're saying.
Because my mom would be like, okay, when Gen X started, my mom was like, 13 years old in 1964.
Okay.
But she's included in I don't know. It's just split up weird.
He's late boomer. I mean, there are early in the generation, mid in a generation, late in a generation, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm an older Gen X. I'm towards closer to 64 than I am to 80 something, wherever we decide it ends. So that could be the same for every generation, where your mom was 13 and 64,
right?
But she still falls under the boomer generation, even though it's 64.
Barely.
Barely. Yes, I get it.
The easiest way is this. My mom had 4 children, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 of us are in one generation, and 2 of us are in the other generation, and the oldest, and we're only a few years apart. So somebody had 4 children, and their children are in 2 different generations. How does that make sense?
Okay, so I vote that we
not really sure.
We rewrite it, LW. Let's just rewrite it, and I mean, who says we can't?
Well, I didn't want to get on a tangent about that. I just think it's stupid.
Well, you started it, goddammit.
I think we should rewrite it and just get it out of the way, because you're gonna bitch about it again.
No. I think we're all in agreement here. Change the generation thing.
Right.
Starve poor people.
Yes.
What else did we accomplish here tonight?
Nuke everybody.
Lindsey Graham fucking rules. I think we did it all.
And there's a mint julep sort of guy. Yeah. No, I'm happy being Gen X. You know, I grew up in the 70s. came of age in the 80s, enjoyed the 90s as a 20-something-year-old, and now fuck. Now I'm in my 50s, and I'm looking at the extinction level event of everything, and I'm fucking too old to do anything about it, but yet too young to drop dead. I wish I was a boomer. I could just check out, and that'd be it.
Oh, we could just say "Okay, boomer" and close the show.
Exactly. Yes. Did I hear beer?
You did.
It was a Sprite.
That sounded like a bud.
Sounded like a bud, he says.
It was a Lone Star Texas beer.
Oh, okay. As long as it wasn't a Bud Light.
Here's the deal. Here's how if you want Baker to come up, you just have really screwed up audio long enough that finally he's like, okay, I can't take it no more. And look who appears. Wait, I have to give you the...
You're listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
Okay.
Everybody's audio is atrocious. See you.
I fixed it. Hey, you fucker, get back here.
Who left?
That was Baker. He said everybody's audio is atrocious. I just fixed mine. So suck it.
Mine sucks? No, I'm offended.
I am too.
Right.
Too. Fuck you, man.
And then he didn't even come and fix it, the fucker. He's going to come here and be an audio snob and not fix it.
All right, he's on my shit list now.
Right? You just shit right on his head next time we see him.
I'm going to do a stream about him on Saturday night.
That's right. That's it, man.
Hey, I got a question. Where'd that guy, because I haven't seen, and I know you did a, GG, I know you did a, I don't know, Freaky Whatever Fridays thing. What happened to that guy who found that fucking goddamn probe that goes up his ass and vibrates?
LW, you tell him.
He lost it up his ass.
What?
He hid that uncomfortable hunk of metal up his ass.
Full of shit.
That was a little Christopher Walken Pulp Fiction, if you don't know it.
Oh my god! Fucking dying! Oh my shit! Have we heard back from him?
Yes.
Okay, what's up with that thing?
Okay, tell him, LW. Tell him the update on it. Where'd he go?
LW.
He left.
LW.
He must have peed. Oh, maybe he's got the dog barking. That's probably what it is.
Oh.
If the dog barks, he mutes. So the guy, he now believes that he has something. What was it? A mothman.
A Mothman?
A Mothman.
What the fuck is that?
A Mothman has come to hang out. Allegedly. Right. Thank you. So, yeah. I have not watched the video. I just got an update. Somebody could come up here and get a little better update on it if they would, but it doesn't look like they're coming up here. But, yes, it sounds like there was a Mothman that's now involved. And I think that the probe has been buried.
Oh my god. The jokes they write themselves.
Okay, here's Baker. Okay. Tell us, Baker.
So as far as I know, he thinks there's a Mothman following him. It was funny because he's driving down the road and his windshield wipers are making a squeaky noise, but everybody in his comment section was like, I was a Mothman, I heard it. And he gets out, he inspects his vehicle, and he sees some like road tar on it or something. He's like, oh god, that scratch wasn't there before, and he's all like rubbing it. It's just road grime or something. It's like,
okay.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
The grift is over, I think. He's moving on or like he's trying to figure out some way else to keep it. Here's the thing, right? If this thing was real, which I mean, is it interesting looking? I guess from a woman's perspective it is.
A lot of you men seem pretty curious about it too.
Mine's chrome plated. I don't know about anybody else.
How do you get the chrome plated one? Is that like a special order?
It's very hot.
Does it hurt when you dip it?
That depends on how much drugs I do beforehand.
Right. So apparently he's got the Mothman on him, and I guess some other people are following him, and I don't know. Honestly, whenever I've unsubscribed from his channel, not because I don't like the guy or anything. It's just that I feel like, okay, this is clearly fake.
Yes.
But I do miss his comment section. I think that was probably the best thing of all, because he's got people convinced, and I mean really convinced.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched all of his videos after he showed up on the live stream, and I watched it secondhand, and I checked it all out. I watched everything, and I'm like, that's kind of interesting. But then I watched certain inconsistencies, and I'm like, well, that doesn't really look like, the symbols on it and stuff. I'm like, that doesn't really look quite right. And I just started to get the feeling like, okay, this is a guy who's playing a prank on me, and I never subbed, so I don't know what's happening. I was just curious. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. That was kind of going the way it seemed.
You haven't missed anything. That's the update.
Okay.
That's the update.
Have we talked about that crazy, what is it? IA Atlas fucking comet coming in? Have you guys talked about that thing?
Oh yeah, we've talked about it a few times on Friday nights.
Okay.
In fact, we do like a weekly update on it, just because there's so many crazy things that come out, and none of them, by the way, none of us subscribe to any of it, but we like to talk about what other people are talking about on it, because it is so far-fetched. It's so out there.
Yes. Yes. Let me ask you a question, though. What's the deal, do you think, with NASA and all that's, satellites around Mars and this and that, and telescopes refusing to release good resolution of the damn thing? What do you think about that?
Well, that part's interesting. Maybe they just didn't capture it in good quality. I mean, it's still, even though it, quote, came close to Mars, it's really not that close, and it's just a tiny rock. So they probably didn't really get a good image of it in the first place. That's just my opinion.
I got you.
Now, why haven't they moved the Juno spacecraft away from Jupiter and intercepted this thing? Because they can still do it. They can still move it. And I know you're sacrificing that probe to go check out this thing, because there's not enough fuel for it to get back to Jupiter. It's done. Like, you send it that way, it's a one-way trip. Why they won't do that, I don't know. Because, listen, they can send another probe to Jupiter. Jupiter's not going anywhere. This rock coming in, it's not like these things come in at this angle all the time. So why not just go see what it is, unless they already know what it is and they don't want to waste a resource?
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, then just tell us. Because you're letting these internet speculations grow so insanely wild that everybody's coming up to their own conclusion, and there's a ton of misinformation out there. You've got these other guys on TikTok that are just talking about how they're watching these what are these spectrographs of incoming, they think it's motherships coming into the Earth, entering Earth's atmosphere. It's completely far-fetched, and there are people that are convinced that, okay, now the government shut down, this was all on purpose. They're convinced this was all on purpose. We all know it's because Gutters wanted them to end the SNAP program.
Right. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. But, people buying fucking Jimmy Dean sausage biscuits was the tip of the spear.
What are you doing with the tip? Wait, what? Wait, go back.
Too funny.
Baker,
yeah, man, that's interesting.
There's so much. It's the majority of everything online is fake.
It's completely fake, and it's getting worse with AI.
It's hard to find the real stuff.
It is.
Don't make me go down this AI path, but if you know the whole dead internet theory, I don't know if you guys heard that one. This AI stuff is absolutely making it 1,000,000% worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm seeing all kinds of silly videos that people are thinking are real, and it's like, okay, boomer, nope, this is not a fucking leopard fighting a fucking Rottweiler.
I just seen one. It was this girl. These people were on a boat, and they see this girl pop up into the out of the water, and she's just floating there and kind of smiling and kind of messes with her hair a little bit, and she's just floating in the water, and then all of a sudden
single?
She kind of flips. Well, you see this kind of, it's like a wave, like right at the very end of this little short clip. It's like a wave that kind of flips up at her chest, and it's like, oh yeah, right. Come on. I mean, all of it looked kind of real, but then it was like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Real. Yeah. Really weird. Huh.
I think that the biggest issue that AI is creating that we haven't fully manifested what it all can do is the fact that they've already started this whole misinformation, fake news issue. What was it, 10 years ago now? Is when it kind of became kind of a hot topic. Now it's becoming not just fake news, it's becoming indistinguishable news, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Multi.
Yep, completely agree. I believe even less of what I see and less of what I heard, which used to be the way you could judge the reality around you. If you saw a video, well, it's a video. If you heard it, it's a fucking audio. It is what it is. Now it's not. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of like, with the fucking asteroid thing. They're not telling you, and people are going crazy thinking about things. It's the same thing with the whole Charlie Kirk thing. People are going down mad rabbit holes with that whole thing. And I don't know what's real and what's not. And even when I see, here's a new video of an angle, how do I know that's not AI? I don't know. Can't tell anymore.
So here's the root of the issue. If the government would ever tell us the absolute truth, I mean, name one. I've said this all the time. When has a guy? I need to make a T-shirt about this. Name me one time the government has ever told us the absolute truth, because I can't think of one.
No, me neither.
Look at my avatar. This should explain it all.
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda.
Are you trying to say that's not you?
Yes, I am saying that's not me.
I'll be right back. I need to take my poster down.
Too funny.
Nor is this me.
Wait, what?
Or this.
Ooh.
This, well, some days this is me.
I'm starting to think that Gutters is fake.
He's AI, guys.
Now, here's me. Here's me.
Well, yeah, the camera quality is awful.
Right?
All right, baby. Yeah, blame it on the camera.
This one.
I'm kidding.
What do you think about that one? Is that me or is that AI?
Better.
Is that me or AI?
That's AI.
I'm going to say that's you.
LW?
I can't see it. I don't have my readers on.
Oh my God.
I'm a boomer. Well, not really, based on the math, but
everybody
in the chat is voting AI. So
I'm the only one I'm the only one that got fooled by this.
Yep, it is AI.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What about this one?
Well, you already said it was fake.
Yeah. What about that one?
That's the funny thing too, and I don't mean to bring it back to politics, but it's just kind of the conversation we're talking about. Remember when all of the MAGA people were pissed off at Obama and Hillary Clinton because her and Obama told the coal miners and all the blue collar workers fucking
learn the code.
Learn the code. Well, guess what's happened? We've MAGA has turned into them. What's happened to learn to code? I mean, you still need human people to, work that stuff, but a lot of the jobs have gone to AI.
Well, here's my biggest issue with AI on this. This is a topic that irritates the shit out of me. You are taking jobs that normal people would do, right? I don't care if it's an assembly line worker or it's, in your case, a web designer or a coder of some sort, and you're going all AI with that. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing for the Friday show. I can tell you that I'm using about 50% AI for a lot of our stuff. If this was 5 years ago or 10 years ago, we would have to go to a marketing firm to do the stuff that I'm doing and spend astronomical amounts of money to do what we got going on. We would probably be about $15,000 to $20,000 deep in marketing firm money for all the logos, the website, the form creation, the domains, and everything that I've done, right? And that's not me tooting my own horn. That's just me bringing it to light that because I've done that and I'm not having to go to these firms, look how many people are not getting that money from us to do a job that would normally be done by them 10 years ago. So what happens when those industries, even the music industry, the acting industry, everything, what happens when those jobs start disappearing? Those jobs aren't paying payroll taxes anymore. Who is replacing the payroll tax? We are going to come to a crossroads at some point where, just like with the EV vehicles, where they're not paying a fuel surcharge when they get fuel, we're going to have a problem where people aren't paying their income tax because there's not enough jobs that generate income tax. Something's got to replace that.
Right. It's weird. It's weird that it's more nuanced than people think, right, Baker?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I mean, that kind of fits into when we talk about the SNAP stuff, right? Like all these people that buy junk food and shit with their SNAP EBT cards, the grocery stores count on that fucking income to keep prices down. So what's going to happen if the shutdown lasts and all of a sudden grocery stores can't rely on that money? That necessarily means prices for everything else go up.
Well, this is what happens when people rely on the government too much.
Yes.
Nobody should be relying on the government for anything. You cannot trust it. You can't trust it's going to be there. And if we go into this economy with, hey, I don't have my food stamps, where am I going to get food? But that's what that's. I think that this all started in the 1960s with the war on poverty or something, right?
Yes.
Am I wrong for this? I feel like that's where it started.
Well, I mean, the EBT stuff started in the 30s with the Great Depression, but then it really kind of fucking went crazy in the 60s. Yes.
Yeah, it was under Johnson, was it not?
Yes.
So I don't feel like it's fixed anything. I feel like it's actually just exacerbated the problem.
Yes. Well, like I said earlier, you go to any the National Park Service. They tell you don't feed the bears because then they'll become dependent on people feeding them. Well, that's what the fuck we did with 42 billion people.
Well, I always go back to a basic philosophy. Do you punch down or do you punch up? You know, when you see all these illegal immigrants being arrested by ICE at companies working and stuff like that, the head of the companies never get let out in handcuffs for doing something illegal, do they?
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I agree.
No, they don't.
Yep. Nope.
And then when all of us call customer service jobs, when we want to bitch about somebody getting fucking $250 and fucking food stamps, when I call Xfinity, when I call Verizon, when I call any customer, when I call any customer service, is in fucking India.
Yep.
So that is so true.
Yep.
My point about being wrong at the wrong people is those are all American jobs. When I call an American company customer service, I should not be talking to somebody in India. So if anybody wants to talk about like go find a job, well, what job? The customer service job that is not in the country?
LW, you know me. I am not saying that. You and I are we are aligned on that. The jobs don't exist, and if they do exist, they're low wage jobs that you need 3 of them just to make up one decent. You are sacrificing your time and your body for a low wage job to barely get by.
Well, you said it. I did the math the other day, yesterday or whatever, our little text thread or whatever. You were like, you need a minimum of $25 an hour, even if you're just like one person.
Yep.
If the average rent is $2,000, you have to make. I mean, that doesn't even include food, car insurance, electricity bill, stuff like that. Like, this is just basic stuff that costs $4,000. Most people don't make $25 an hour in the country.
No.
That's just what the facts are.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Baker, I did the math on, when after Baker texted it, I was just like, let me see. And I just picked a random apartment complex close to my house, a 1-bedroom. It was like $1,350, $1,400 for a 1-bedroom. And then he's exactly right. If you make less than $25 an hour, you need food stamps. You need government help. You're fucked.
Yeah, I mean, well, but here's the way we got to kind of look at things too, is that it's not necessarily that those things are more expensive, because they are what they are. It's that our fucking dollar has been depreciated beyond the point of fucking saving it. It's garbage. I mean, I was talking to my old man, and he kind of poo-poos the idea. I go back to the gold and silver thing. I was talking to him, and I'm like, man, can you believe it? Gold was $4,000 an ounce. And he's like, yeah, but you don't have the money. I said, yeah, but you go to work this morning, and the paycheck that you're earning in the morning is worth fucking 4% less by the time you fucking clock out at the end of the day than mine is, that I saved the money in gold and silver. So our money is being devalued. And that's what kind of scares me about this whole government shutdown thing. Is I've watched how there's been a pullback on a couple $100 gold and maybe $5-6 on silver. And if, let's say, the shutdown continues, I think you'll still see a drop in that because we're not spending the money. But as soon as they okay a bill, boom, the fucking printing presses start, all this shit starts up again, and we start devaluing the dollar. The shit goes up through the roof again. So I understand. I've watched people do videos where they break down shit, and they're like, $25 today versus $25, let's say in 1992 an hour, is the same as $12 an hour back then and $12 an hour today. You ain't making it. Whereas if you made $25 back an hour in the early 1990s, you were balling. If you made $1,000 a week, you were fucking balling, man. You were making good money. Now you could barely get by. It's because more dollars, it takes more dollars to buy the same bullshit that it did before. They're worth less. So I don't really know how to gauge this stuff.
Has anybody ever done the math to see what our dollar would be worth if we were still tied to the gold standard?
Oh, I think it would be somewhere around 100. I think it would. Yes. Who did it? Shit. I think it would be somewhere around $100,000 an ounce. Because here's the thing: in 1903 or 1913, Henry Ford doubled the minimum wage for people on the line building cars, which is semi-skilled but not highly skilled, his workers. It was equal to 1/4 of an ounce of gold per week when he doubled it. If you add that out now, you would have to be being paid over $100 an hour right now to equal that same amount. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't explain it too
understand. But
okay.
Here's the thing we have to keep in mind, though, is that if we were still tied to the gold standard, we wouldn't have this out of control fiat spending that we have right now, because there would have to be checks and balances in place. So I guess what I'm saying is the inflation value wouldn't be what it is in today's standard, in today's age. So maybe that if we were to go back to the gold standard as of today, which, by the way, we couldn't, because then our money, our dollar would absolutely tank. The only way to fix this, in my opinion, and I'm no monetary expert, but I feel like the only way to fix this is to completely reset the system and then tie the dollar back to gold.
Yes.
But in order to do that, you're going to have to audit the Fed, and that's never going to happen.
No.
Yes. I agree.
That'll happen the same day you get the Epstein files, brother.
Yeah. They're got that. That's why they're talking about that digital dollar. You know, they're talking about going to the, you know, kind of like a Bitcoin style dollar.
Of course.
Because that would be a way to reset the system without having to audit the Fed.
Yep.
If you think about it, right?
Well, what do you think Trump's having all these meetings with these people and making money? He's investing himself. He's making a shit ton of money on this stuff.
So
that's the future. That's the future, man. That's that.
People talk about Bitcoin being the future and its digital currency being the future, but what's the one thing? And anybody can answer. This is a question for all three of you. What's the one thing that digital currency has a problem with that nobody's figured out yet?
Electricity.
Exactly. So what happens when the power runs out?
Yeah, you're fucked.
You're worthless, right? You can get these offline wallets all day long, but until the network comes back online because the electricity was out, there's no way for these ledgers to update themselves. Therefore, you can't buy anything.
Yep.
They can't authenticate that you actually have this many Bitcoins in your digital wallet, even if it's an offline wallet. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, all the banks don't have all the money that everybody has saved there. It's the same thing.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, electricity goes out. Are everybody going to run to the bank, the local bank? Because
no, but if you have cash or gold on hand, you can barter.
But they loan your money out. As soon as you deposit anything in the bank, they're loaning it out. The money doesn't even exist in your local banks.
No, that's true. Yeah, when you go deposit $1,000, they loan that $1,000 out tenfold.
Right.
Yep.
So I think it's kind of the same thing either way you play it, really.
I mean,
that's why hard currency is the way to go. You put your shit in hard currency that you can't fucking destroy, eliminate, devalue. It just is what it is. And none of it's certain, right? Like you could, look, man, I got a stock of booze in my cabinet because if shit gets fucking sideways, I know people are going to want a way out or at least a feel good. So I can sell you a nip and trade that for chicken. You know what I'm saying? So transfer some of these fucking fiat dollars that are paper, wipe your ass for them. I don't give a shit, but trade them for something else that you know is value. Tobacco, food, bullets, guns, alcohol, whatever, gold, silver. It's hard in your hand assets. I think that's the way we need to start thinking because things are getting fucking crazy. And when it collapses, which it seems like it's probably gonna, it's going to happen fast. And look at what happened in Venezuela. I remember when Hugo Chavez took over the country, and the next thing you know, they were eating animals in zoos. And yet, they're one of the most oil-rich countries on the planet.
Actually,
so
they have the most reserves that they've found recently. That's why all this dust up. It's not
oil?
about it's not about drug boats. It's not about drug boats.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you guys didn't know that Venezuela is going to be the 52nd state after Canada?
Oh, cool.
Canada.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we should just take over the whole fucking Central America, North America, and South America. Just take it all over. It's America.
Well, that's not the American way. We don't take over the country. What we do is we go blow it up and then we hand it back to the people. It's like, I broke your toy, sorry, and then leave.
They trick you on TV. I mean, this is just we're just living in like George Bush era right now.
You make us sound like a bully.
Gigi, we're just living in George Bush era.
Right.
Venezuela, they found out that they found all these reserves off the coast and all this stuff. But it had a high sulfur content. And the only place that could really refine it the best was Texas. Even though Venezuela and America don't like each other, there was a deal there. So Texas, we refined their oil. But China, about 10 years ago, was like, we want in on this shit. So they built a refinery that can do the same thing out in the Caribbean. And they can do it too. So Venezuela's using them. All of this stuff. We only get like 25%. China gets like 45% or something like that. This is all about oil. Fentanyl, when they get up there and say that zero fentanyl was made in Venezuela. Zero.
Yeah.
So when these clowns like Marco Rubio are like, we got to stop fentanyl. That little drug boat, that little motor boat that they fucking stopped has nothing to do with fucking drugs. Okay. They're going to overthrow that government because they want control of the oil. They want to install a pro-American regime to give us the oil and not China, because China figured out to build a refinery to take the salt that could do the same thing that we did in Texas.
It worked well in Syria and Libya. And,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Let's do it again. I mean, third time's a charm, right?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
And try. And by God, it's going to work this time.
By golly. Yeah.
Shit. Don't get tricked by all this. We just stopped a drug boat. I mean,
But
come on.
I never
Most
was
of fentanyl
convinced
comes
on
through
that.
Canada.
Yeah, I wasn't ever convinced of that. I knew there was always another underlying reason we're doing it. But that just goes to show, again, to what Yank is saying on the state of this economy. Like, we still live and die off the oil. We do. And we keep trying to move away, you know, all these, you know, green initiatives. We're doing this, we're doing that. Yet we don't have the power to support any of that infrastructure. So we still have to use fossil fuels to subsidize the shortcomings of what we're dealing with in this country. Just like AI. AI is the next Manhattan Project, whether people like it or not. It's quantum computing, and it's adding quantum computing with AI. When you mix those two together, you're basically making a new sentient being. You know, and so
that's fucking spooky.
But that's just what it is. I mean,
yes.
Once and by the way, for people that don't know what all quantum computing can do, all encryption methods that we have currently today, as soon as quantum computing becomes a real thing, which we're really close, and I think China is way ahead of us on this. All of the crypto algorithms that we have out there, including your Bitcoin, will instantly be worth nothing because they can use quantum computing to crack that in a matter of seconds, if not microseconds, because of how quickly it can predict. So, you know, they already are working on quantum entanglement type communication for satellite. So that's basically unbreakable communication between two sources. And that they're going to have to do something like that for our basic binary computers. They're not going to be able to keep up. So once they can break that encryption methods that we have out currently right now, no matter how elaborate we make it, we might make it so elaborate that our standard computers that it would take 500 million years to crack, it would literally take 5 minutes for a quantum computer to do. So once quantum computing hits the market,
are you telling me my VPN is not going to keep me safe?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But once quantum computing becomes a thing, Bitcoin's going to be worth nothing because there's no way now anybody can go in anybody's wallet, steal it, and done. It doesn't matter, and then everybody's going to lose faith in the Bitcoin system. Therefore, it's going to crash. The whole economy is going to come down. Everybody knows this. That's why there is a race to get a hold of it first. I'm telling you.
Everything he's just talking about, the AI and all this stuff. Everything's people 25 years ago had it correct. Everything that's going on right now, they predicted. It's not meant for us. All these plans are for when there's a whole lot less people on Earth. I don't know what's going to cause it or whatever, but it's not meant for us. It's meant for the elites. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So go yell at somebody for buying pizza rolls with a snap card if you want, but I'm not buying it.
Oh, shit. Listen, I'm going to go flip over furniture in my living room because you guys completely pissed me off, and I'm done.
You're welcome.
Oh fuck! He's gonna pull an LW.
Yeah, I'm done. Fuck it, I'm gonna go spaz out. All right, I'm out of here, guys. It's 1 o'clock on my end. I gotta go to bed.
Love you, Yank.
We'll see you.
Love you guys too, man. Peace. You guys have a good night. Gigi, do me a favor because I'm looking at the dashboard. It's changed completely. I don't know which button to get me the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'll put you down and click you out.
Thank you.
All right,
peace,
darling.
guys. Thank you.
Thanks for coming up, Yank.
All righty. Peace.
Bye-bye. There. Mr. Yank. There he goes.
I would like to hear Duggar's take on all this.
He hasn't been in all night.
That's crazy.
I sent him a link. He is a good one, isn't he, Multi? So, yeah. We got that handled. And what else was I going to tell you? There's something I was going to tell you, Baker. Fuck.
No, it must have been real important.
I think it was. It pisses me off. I think it was something about my setup. I don't remember now.
Oh, about your setup at your your audio setup?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Or something. I don't know. I don't remember. It'll come to me later.
Yeah, when you're asleep and you'll wake up in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it,
Piss
that's
me
what I
off.
meant to
It'll
say.
keep me awake. Because once I've had like 3 or 4 hours sleep, there ain't gonna go back to sleep. So.
Mm-hmm. So did we get all the snap stuff out of your system? Are you good now? Are you on board?
I think so. No, wait. We should do this one because this is the one that really made me laugh. Where is she? There she is. Let me see that little sucker. Look at her. She's fucking cracks me up.
What am I looking at?
Oh, well, it's kind of like what I said when people have had enough, or when people go hungry for 3 days, what they'll do. So, ready?
Donald motherfucking Orange Man J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ. I will be at motherfucking Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare a bitch try to stop me from walking out that motherfucking store with my groceries. Baby, I'm 250 pounds solid. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucking bulldozer, baby? Because that's what the fuck I'm going to turn into. If you think you going to stop me from leaving out that goddamn store with my motherfucking monthly groceries that I get every goddamn month, I ain't bothering no goddamn body, okay? Why the fuck is y'all bothering me and my goddamn food? I'm just so tired of his big back, bald head, cradle cap having ass. Shaped like a motherfucking penguin any motherfucking way, albino motherfucking walrus looking ass. I'm sick of him. Like, it's gonna be an episode of goddamn Snap if y'all turn them goddamn Snap benefits off. I can tell you that.
Here's the deal. She ain't wrong, because that is exactly what will happen. I mean,
yeah, I've heard, even, I don't know on your side of the state, but I've heard over here that they're kind of bracing for that to be a thing on November 1st.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
You heard it over there too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. Do these people not realize that Trump has nothing to do with this? I mean, it's the Senate it's the filibuster rule. You got to have 60 votes, and the Republicans don't have the 60 votes. So it's stalemated in the Senate. So don't be yelling at Trump. He can't do anything. Even if he wanted to pass the other legislation, he can't.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he wanted to pass a continuing resolution, which, by the way, I actually don't mind the government shutdown. They should balance the budget. When's the last time we had a balanced budget? Was it 1996 when Newt Gingrich and Bill Clinton worked together? Is that the last time we had a balanced budget here?
Yeah, we had a surplus, actually.
Yeah, right. They started rolling that debt clock back, right?
Yeah, we were at a surplus. It all started with George Bush.
Yep.
And you think about those numbers from like the entire history of America, it just kind of started around George Bush. It went from like 0 to 38 trillion now. Like, yeah, it's bad.
Well, I mean, even Obama didn't help that, and obviously Trump didn't help it, and then the sickness didn't help that. I think the sickness exacerbated the problem.
But the Republicans also have the nuclear option. They've used
they can end the filibuster.
Well, they can end the government shutdown. I mean, they've used it.
What do you mean?
Well, they've used it to appoint Trump's appointees on the court, where you don't need the 60.
No, that they didn't. I don't think they did that. I think that 60 rule has been in place.
No, they used it to get his with a simple majority vote. They used it to get his appointees across. They couldn't meet the 60, so they pulled the nuclear option, and it didn't matter if it was 60.
Well, even if that was true, I mean, they've never done this for passing the budget or passing the bill, even if that
Right.
was true. So
Right, because they both suck. Like I said, I think they're both not budging because they want to blame each other for the midterms. That's what it's all about. Who budgets first?
I mean, maybe so, but if he does the nuclear option, which I'm not saying he can't or he won't.
Well, he can't. The Senate can.
Senate can, right? He can, but he can instruct, the Senate majority leader to say, "Hey, let's just pass as a majority and move on with life."
Yeah, and both sides are just lying. Like the Democrats are lying about why. And it's weird that they both lie because we can actually look at it. The Democrats are lying. The Republicans are lying. They're saying that the Democrats want free health care for illegals. That's not even in there at all. There's zero. They want to keep in what the Republicans are trying to take out, like illegal aliens. It doesn't matter what you think or what your opinion is, but by the law, if you're here on some visa or whatever, you're allowed Medicare and stuff. Like, you can argue that it's wrong or right or whatever. That's fine. But legally, they have a right to it.
Well, we need to change that shit.
Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. There has to be a law to change it.
Fucking A. Let's get on it.
And they won't do it. So,
I mean, can we?
Either side won't do it. So who do you blame, Gigi, when the Democrats and Republicans won't change that law?
Dude.
Who do you blame?
I fucking know that both sides are about as guilty as they come.
Right. And
It's us against them.
And one of the things that they're arguing about, which is a moot point, because private hospitals, it doesn't matter. They're not government hospitals, they're private hospitals. The nurses and the doctors, they have an oath that when they became doctors, they will not refuse anybody at a hospital if an illegal immigrant comes in and they're having a heart attack. A nurse or a doctor, they will help that person. Whatever happens after that is up to whoever, the administrators, to try to get money or whatever. So it's a moot point to begin with. That's all the Democrats want is to keep that where that's legal. So it's this whole false lie that Democrats are asking for free health care for immigrants. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Well, I could have swore, who was it, just explained it in 15-year-old terms, because he showed it to his kids and his friends and showed what the Democrats wanted. I'd have to go back. I wonder if I can find it on my...
Oh, it's not that chart from earlier.
No, fuck off. Shut it.
Was it that same guy?
No, this is just a minute. Let me find it. Well, talk.
Oh, sorry. What were we? What?
Okay, was it yesterday? Let me think back. Or was it today?
It was tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? It is tomorrow for some people, isn't it? What are we still doing awake?
No. Don't think about shit like that.
Hold on. She's got to find a tweet from Jimmy 1275609 3457567 GGG545.
Fuck off.
Totally believable. I believe it.
Okay, this is it. It's gotta be here.
Hey, so L-Dub, what do you think this weekend? Alabama's got to play who?
Here it is.
No, nobody. Bye week, baby.
All right, you're gonna win.
That's a big W right there. I don't have to gain any more gray hairs in my beard.
Oh, it's Mike. It's Mike Johnson.
Oh,
and I don't even
Johnson,
like that
that's
dude.
who your quote is.
Dude,
From Mike Johnson.
it's fucking government, dude. What more do you want?
He's the one lying.
Maybe it
that
wasn't. Just a
Democrats.
minute.
That Democrats
Shut your
are.
hole and
That
just a
Democrats shut down the
minute.
the government because they want free health care for immigrants. He's the one who says that. It's not true.
I think it's him. Just a minute. There it is.
So
Right motherfucking there. Okay. Where are you? Here we go. What did I find it in? Yep, there. Shush your hole. Okay, here we go.
There was TF like, can we see pictures of what we're talking
needs to
about,
recognize.
please?
Here's 4 of them. First of all, we have to have Democrats
Okay,
to
wait.
reopen the government. Recognize. You're too much. But there are simple facts about the Democrat shutdown that everybody needs to recognize. Here's 4 of them. First of all, we have to have Democrats to reopen the government. You know that in the Senate, it requires 60 votes to break an impasse. Wait, hang on.
Unless it's something you really, really want done.
I want everybody to see this, okay? We're going to make it simple. I had my 15-year-old son and some of his friends were together over the weekend, and they wanted me to explain it to them as simply as possible. This is the little formulation, okay? Hey, fellas, remember from civics, you got to have 60 votes in the Senate. We only have 53 Republicans, so we must have Democrats to do it. The Democrats are out trying to claim that this is all on Republicans because we control the government. We don't control the Senate without 60 votes, so you have to have them. Now they've voted 13 times, those Senate Democrats.
He's an artist in what he does.
Just do it. Absolutely.
You cheap
They got
ass.
excellent dental
get
service.
fucking premium,
Counting
for
the House
God's
and the Senate
sakes.
together, they voted 13 times to keep
I
the
love
government
Baker's
closed.
judgment.
I know it.
What they're
It puts us all in
demanding
our
as a
place,
ransom
doesn't
to
it?
reopen the
Like,
government
sorry.
are some really crazy things. They want to restore $200 billion in health benefits paid for by U.S. taxpayers to illegal aliens and non-citizens. We can't do that. They want billions of dollars in wasteful programs to be returned to foreign countries for things that none of you would agree with. We're not
What
going
are
to do
they?
that.
What
They
are
want
they?
$500 million to go back to left-leaning news organizations paid for by taxpayers. We can't do that. And then they want to cut $50 billion from the Rural Hospital Fund that Republicans got signed into law July 4th to prop up health care in red states and rural areas around the country. It's too important, but they want to take that away. They know that we can't do it. And now that they've begun to admit what this is all about. Thanks, Lee. Put it on the thing there. They're admitting what they're up to. Chuck Schumer said every day of the shutdown gets better for us, meaning the Democrat Party. And you know, we had the second-ranked Democrat in the House, the minority whip, who just said a few days ago, the end of last week, that we know that this is causing great pain for the American people, but we have to use this leverage. We don't have many times where we have leverage like this. And so they've shown you what the real motivation is. But ultimately, why are they doing all that?
Okay, well, he was going to give us an education. But
Well, it's like every action has a reaction, right? So everybody knows ACA sucks, the Obamacare stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much all that's there for people that can't afford it through their job. You know, the bigger the company, the better your insurance. Everybody knows that, right? You know, you got super cheap insurance, and it's the greatest if you work for a bigger company. The smaller the company gets, the worse your insurance gets because they can't afford it. Because insurance companies want the big volume The insurance companies want the volume.
What do you mean, I want to add to that. You're not wrong, but just to add to it, because there's a lot of companies that will form like a cooperative together so that they can get those bigger discounts because they'll all collectively agree, hey, we're going to go with this Aetna or we're going to go Blue Cross Blue Shield. But the biggest issue is that these smaller companies that can't get better rates because they don't want to. They just want to get the bare minimum so that they're not getting fined from the government for not providing what they have to. They are pricing themselves so freaking low to save money so they don't have to pay it.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
No, I disagree. I mean, just from my experience of working in a $4 billion company and a company that made 60 million revenue. And when I talk about 60 million revenue, that means that the cost of that company that year that made $60 million revenue spent $55 million in cost trying to build that. So they had $5 million left over. So some of it goes to make the company bigger. You have to pay the the people that own the company and stuff like. You have very small. These insurance companies do not work like that. They do not work like we're giving you this whole great deal. I mean, I don't know what companies you worked for, but that's just never been any experience in my time. The bigger the company, the better rates because they get the higher volume. It's like a Walmart situation.
Well, they do, but since the Affordable Care Act has been passed, because I remember working and you get your medical card and on the back it says your deductibles. You want to get office visits are $25, emergency visits are $99. You go in, you say, hey, I don't feel good. I need to see a doctor. They're like, okay, we'll get you in right now, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we see your copay is $25. So your payment due now is $25 and you never see another bill again. That was how it used to be. Yep. Now, after the ACA took place, it's you get your card, you're looking on the back of it, it's like, what's my office deductible? Well, you don't have one. Oh, okay. So then you go to your doctor just like you normally do, and you're like, oh, well, hey, it looks like you were here last time and your office visit was $285. Like, well, why? I have insurance. Like, yeah, your insurance covers 80% after you've spent $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so like my monthly premiums don't count towards that $10,000 deductible? No. That's just so you have it.
Yep.
But you got to have $10,000 in your bank just in case something happens. So for the rest of that year, you're covered for 80%. And they're going to fight you tooth and nail.
I was not simping for ACA. I was trying to make a larger point due to the situation that these people are in with the ACA. What it does in this problem is it automatically raises it like 3 times as higher with no alternative to replace it.
But
does that make sense?
No, it does make sense. But where I was getting at is just like the Walmart, situation I brought up in our text thread. Walmart will hire somebody at 32 hours just right before it becomes full time, so they don't have to pay those benefits. They can offer it to you, but they don't have to give it to you. They can say you can participate in this, but this is what you're going to pay, or you can go to the open market and figure it out yourself, which is what ACA gave us, right? But these companies, they don't want to do this. They don't want to have to pay this. That's why they only give you part-time work so they don't have to. It's a way of skirting the system.
Yep.
Right, but ultimately it's the insurance. It doesn't matter what insurance you use. And I know Gigi loves oh shit, what are the words? Word I was just fucking anecdotal evidence. The whole like everybody chip in and stuff, that almost happened. It happens, yes, you're right, it does happen. But that's not the majority or anything. And it's not small companies just not choosing to do it. Just no way. But insurance companies across the board, car insurance, car insurance companies, what's in your premium that you pay is commission to the person selling you. When you walk into an insurance place, part of your insurance that you pay for cars is their commission for it. The same with across the board, auto insurance, and they all bail. Health insurance, they all bail when you need them the most.
Yeah, that's true.
Insurance companies. I mean, if we want to do anecdotal evidence, like Gigi's like, well, I don't know anybody who does that, so that stat is fucked up. My best friend passed away in 2019. He was 2 months in to, I hired him at my company when he moved back from California, and he got cancer. They dropped him 2 months into cancer treatment. They just dropped him. There's nothing he can do. They were like, we're not paying for this. This is too much money, even though he paid into it. Car insurance companies do it. It's the insurance companies. It's nobody. It's not the small company's fault. It's the insurance companies.
What I'm saying is the small companies. Go ahead, Gigi.
I've said forever that insurance companies shouldn't be dictating our care or any of that shit. I mean, it's bullshit that they get to dictate your care. So the minute that they're saying this is how much they'll pay for your x-ray, that's dictating your care. They shouldn't be allowed to do that shit. Here's how much it costs. Pay for it.
Yeah. Anytime, if you don't have insurance, you say that the moment you walk in for anything health related, dental, vision, whatever. Don't go in there and be like, well, that's the first thing. I don't have insurance. How much does it cost? They will give you the real price. If you go in there with your little insurance card, it's 5 times the amount.
Yep. Yep. And if you've been going to the same places, they already know. They've got all your, has anything changed?
Home insurance. I was in Hurricane Harvey when I was married. Hurricane Harvey hit and our roof got destroyed. We had leaks in the bedroom and the hallway, all this stuff. I called the roofer out and I was like, inspect it. He crawls up. He's like, he took pictures of it all. I jumped on the roof with him. We saw it all. And he was like pulling up pictures of like hail damage on roofs. And he was like, look, that's your roof right there. It's the exact same thing. So I scheduled an appointment with the farmer's insurance. Never mind, not farmers. This is all allegedly. I don't want to get sued. But it was Baker's insurance.
That's right, it was.
Baker's insurance from Oklahoma.
Right.
So I called the roofer guy out. Okay, the insurance company's going to come meet us on whatever day it was. So he was there, 10 o'clock in the morning. I was there. The insurance person pulled up. The lady walks out of the car, and he's standing there with me at my front door. He looks at me, he's like, there's no way this bitch is going to approve it. I know her. She crawls up on the roof. She looks at all the fucking hail damage, all the leaks on the inside. She's like, it wasn't caused by the hurricane or hell. You just need to patch it up. Our entire house was fucking leaking. And the insurance company, month to month, paying all this fucking money. The insurance told us to go fucking eat a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to pay out of pocket $8,000 to fucking replace the roof.
I tell Marvin all the time, we are insurance fucking poor. This is stupid. We never file claims. If I say to Marvin, well, maybe we should just file a claim. Oh, no, our insurance will go. Well, what the fuck is the sense of having insurance then? If we don't file a claim on it, like anything to do with our house or, our cars, anything. He does not want me to file claims on those. We'll just pay for it. Okay. Well, I'm sure glad we paid for insurance.
And Baker was right too. It's a mixture of both. But my only point to it was the whole thing about that is there's nothing to replace it. That's why it's like it's just this big. All of a sudden, the government shuts down and everybody's getting fucked. And all the people on ACA, everything's going to double, triple, and everything. But there's nothing to replace it. So where do those people stand who have relied on it? You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's an alternative on the other side because nobody has produced it.
Well, I also think that there are people that abuse the medical system and that it's also driving prices up. Because not saying that any company is being truthful about anything. That's clearly not it. But you'll have these people that will say, oh, my knee hurts, my back hurts, my this hurts. I need opioids. I need this. I need that. There are people out there that abuse the system for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
And they drive everybody's price up because we're having to subsidize that.
Well, let me just tell you, in that whole regards to insurance and all of that, when I worked in the lawyer's office, we had so many, it was like a revolving door for people filing insurance claims after car accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just tell you that, and I'm not racist, but there was one ethnic background.
Stop. Come on.
But they always filed the claim. This one family, they had 3 accidents they had filed on. They were filing suits on. All these were lawsuits. We would have to I did the medical records of them all. And then, of course, my daughter was a paralegal to it all. So, oh my gosh, let me just tell you, I was flabbergasted as to how much it just felt weird. Like, is this legal?
You felt like there was fraud going on.
Yes, the whole time. I would go and get their, they would go to, it was always chiropractors and massage therapists and, people like that were taking. And it was actually just a few of those that were actually doing it. It was like, this just seems weird. Just seems totally weird. And of course, a lot of them, there were some that went to others because, I live in a good size area. So they went to others too. But there were just like a few that they all seem to go to. And they were like repeated offenders. I was like, this is fucking weird. This is weird. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, there's people always trying to game the system. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, and the reason why that is the way it is because those people feel like they're getting gamed themselves. They've been gamed their whole life. They're part of the system that's gaming them. So, you know what? It is what it is. But
yeah, it was very frustrating. I remember saying to our boss, I was just like, this is fucking bullshit, man. How do you do that? Fucking with a clear mind, like clear conscience of. He's like, and then he would explain to me why. Well, these people, and then he'd explain, and a lot of times it's because they were like the one family, they were an older couple. But I still said, I don't care, man. After the third time of them coming in, I'm like, bullshit. You're doing this shit on purpose. I would have totally been, no, I'm done taking them for you. So I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, it goes back to the point that people are tired of the system taking advantage of them and they're trying to get theirs. But this whole country, if we would, and maybe this is the root of the problem, I'm not sure. I'm just speaking frankly at this point. But if we would stop passing these omnibus bills that has all these fucking laws that contradict itself for other laws in there, like one bill, one law. Less than 20 pages. If you can't legally write something within 20 pages and then vote per, this is where all of this crap comes from. This is why the system's all jacked. I wish we would roll back a bunch of laws that, make it unconstitutional that if you pass a bill that had more laws in it than what it was actually named for, in other words, it was like a bait and switch, that shouldn't be allowed. Just like what they snuck in with the ACA Act. I mean, it wasn't just the ACA Act. What else did they sneak in that bill?
Yeah.
And
we know
it's common sense. Why if you ask politicians this, why do they argue against it? They'll argue, oh no, you're right, we should do that. Well, go do something about it. They don't because they don't want to.
Yep.
All right, now I'm going to go flip furniture. You guys are great.
Did you see Kaylin's comment?
Yeah.
She said, my new doctor, and you did see it?
Oh. Yeah, I saw it.
No, that was pretty good.
I don't know what to say about it. I mean,
can you imagine? Go home and check.
I mean, I wouldn't deal with that. I would go find another doctor. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, well, something tells me Kaylin didn't stick around.
I wouldn't have stuck around.
No. So you told me you're leaving? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to go flip furniture. You guys got my blood boiling.
Okay, fine. Do it. Go do an LW.
I am going to go do an LW.
Do an LW. Don't take an LW.
Love you both. You guys are awesome. Love the chat.
Love
Thanks
you, darling.
everybody for having me up here.
And what did I do?
Thanks for coming up here. He's pissed.
Yeah. I'm leaving.
So he's going to flip furniture.
I have
That's
I have
all
this thing
your
called sleep I gotta get
motherfucking
to.
fault.
God damn, audio snob is rage.
Adios, muchachos. Yeah, that's right. Audio snob. The OG audio snob. If you don't get my stamp of authority or stamp of approval, I should say, is it really good audio? I don't think so. All right. Have a good night.
You're listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
Well, there we go. How'd we do?
Good.
Good.
I mean, we determined that, poor people suck.
We did.
The
pores.
The pores. Gigi and the
pores.
Gigi's favorite people, the pores.
The pores.
The pores.
If people only knew. Like
You
people
have all
on
the
here.
secrets.
I have all the secrets.
You have all the secrets. If people only knew what Gigi knew, you'd
That's
be all right.
right. Yes. Although I do hope that, they get shit rolling again just because let's not have a bunch of hard times for everybody. That's not fair. It really isn't.
I don't know. Just everybody don't, be married to some idea or some meme war or ideology. Just use your common sense. Jesus Christ. The internet is stupid.
The internet is stupid. And yes, we kind of solved world peace. I know, I heard that too. It was staticky.
Shitty. The whole time it was shitty.
Well, it had some staticky there towards the end. I'm not sure what he did to it, but he should probably look into that. It could be a problem. I'd hate for him to,
I'll do a show. I'll do a show about it Sunday night and talk about how shitty he is. Him and his stupid audio.
Yes, I think it should be done. Just to make sure that, he stays up on it.
Tune in live Sunday night where LW tells the truth about Baker.
That's right. Exactly. Due to...
You're listening to the ASN Podcast Network.
Okay, super funny. But
we're live?
We're live. We're still live.
Man, oh shit, I thought we were backstage. Fuck.
You were hoping it was over. All right. We are leaving, though. Y'all, have a great night. And we don't have an outro because we still haven't finished the video, even though I made the song. And nobody has finished it. Or helped me finish it. But that's okay. All right. Everybody, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I had a blast. LW, you going to go live sometime this week?
No, but everybody in the chat thank Baker Baker and TF for fixing her outro. Let's roll it.
I can't.
Why?
It's gone. Well, it's not gone. I only have the audio. I don't have the video. I have the ones where I can flip it back and forth from the clown scenes and the circus scenes, but I don't have a video for it yet.
Now I know why Baker left so early. He wanted to make the both of us look like fucking tool bags.
Probably. The big old dick.
So we'll just end it awkwardly. Good night.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, LW, or at least smiling a lot. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Love y'all. Have a good evening. LW, you got anything else to say?
Next time you see somebody buying pizza rolls with an EBT card, kick them in the throat.
That's right. No lobster.